Go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second stream of the week. This is Minnesota LCS. I am Steve Sir Bucket Kangas, joined on the casting desk by Sam Moneytrees Duco, and we're on a little early because we have a surprise for all of you lovely viewers out there. A special Q&A set up with two members from a team that unfortunately just lost yesterday. Still have a chance to get third place, though, and they will be playing whatever team loses today. This is, of course, Mitch, Ziex, and Gavin, aka it is Gavin97. How's it going, guys?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic right now. I cannot wait to analyze some next level quality gameplay.
See, that's the spirit.
That's some high spirited response right there.
What was that response, Mitch? Come on.
Gavin's been waiting for this more than you guys will ever know.
Dude, holy shit, we just started. I'm getting trolled so hard right now, dude. I'm ready. Let's break it down, dude. Let's get into the analyzing.
All right, let's break it down, Gavin. We got some questions for you too, specifically about these teams because you're both from University of Minnesota Duluth, and you've scrimmed against Ram Ranch often, as well as scrimmed against Mankato. So you have a lot more insight into these teams than we do as just spectators. And with that insight, we're hoping to learn a little bit more about the team. So we got some questions for you, specifically what we expect to see in the overall draft. Now, Mitch, you and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, and you said that you have some points that you kind of wanted to bring up and what you think these teams are going to be drafting against each other.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting in the top lane to see what Snowcane's going to try to do because he's going against a very good top laner from Mankato. In Feels Batman.
You don't even know his name.
His real name.
One of the coolest names in the tournament. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to see if Snowcane is going to be going that aggressive like Rengar he's been playing, or if he's going to try to play some safe tank and just see if he's going to play more utility for the team or if he's going to try to hard carry.
Yeah, it's something that feels Batman is pretty comfortable doing either one. We've seen both come out from him specifically. He plays the Fiora, but he also plays the Nautilus. So I think that's a good point to bring up. What can Snowcane play into that? Because it seems like feels Batman, if he gets the counter pick, will be able to have a pretty comfortable position there.
Yeah, absolutely. And to move on to our next question, I have a question for Gavin here. What do you think about the overall bot lanes of both of these teams? What do you think the power picks are for these carries and the supports? Do you think that there'll be any bans coming to either of those lanes? And which lane do you think is overall stronger? Which do you think will actually just win lane?
Hella, you're throwing hella questions at me. Let's
overall bottom lane. Overall, just talk about the bottom lanes of these.
All right. So you got the bottom lane of UMD Ram Ranch. So you got a couple trolls down there. You got Cucurino, Ezreal one trick only god, and then you got Kyle XO. So these guys, these are like basically the heart and soul of the UMD Ram Ranch, and I don't know if their opponents are gonna be able to like stand up to their might, dude. Because like you got Cucurino instant locking the power pick Ezreal, you got Kyle XO just filling in on that Karma or Nami meta slave. You know, I don't know if anyone is gonna be able to beat them. So considering the power picks, you got AKA number 1 Lucian LeBron, number 2 Ezreal, number 3 Caitlyn. Number 4, Ashe. Those are the top picks. And if they get Lucian, Ezreal, or Caitlyn, I think it's a free win for the side of UMD Ram Ranch.
Okay, those are bold words coming out.
Calling his own school, maybe a little biased there.
No, dude. I have scrimmed extensively against this team, and I mean, I've dumpstered them pretty easily, like no challenge at all. But
full of fire, dude.
If Cucurino gets Ezreal, it's a free win for them.
But this is the question. This is a question.
Anyways, yeah. What's up?
Who has the better Ezreal, Cucurino or you? Because we just saw you pop off a little bit yesterday.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I am the god tier. I am number 1 AD carry Duluth, and Cucurino will. If I 1v1 Cucurino, that would be a free win for me, dude. I am personally trained under I'm a Cutie Pie, so that's like a free win for me.
You heard it here first. After the tournament is all settled and we have our 1st through 4th place, it's going to be Cucurino versus Gavin in the mirror Ezreal matchup, 1v1. I think
I'm taking Cucurino.
You have no choice now.
Yeah, I'm putting my money on Cucurino.
Wait, dude, no faith, dude? What the fuck? All right.
If it was Lucian, I might give you the chance, but I mean.
All right, dude. Literally after this, let me 1v1 Cucurino, dude. Let me do it.
All right, I have another question for you. Well, you already got to lane against him, and you lost that game. So.
No, 1v1, 1v1. 1v1.
Anyway, Mitch, question for you next. We talked about the draft. We talked about bot lane specifically. Let's bring it out to a bigger picture again here, talking about overall map rotations. A lot of times rotations come from the junglers where they're going to put pressure, but we mentioned if a bot lane can win, they can rotate mid, things like that. How do you see both of these teams applying pressure on the map? Again, you've scrimmed against them, so you have some experience. Where do you think they're going to be putting most of their focus when it comes to those objective plays?
Question. It's going to be a clown fiesta in the bot lane. It always has to be a clown fiesta in the bot lane. Whoever wins the bot lane gets so much free pressure because you can just bring your bot lane up to mid or put them in top lane and get another tower off it, and then just run to the other lane and get another tower off it. That's 3 towers. And if they have to be playing catch up, whoever wins the bot lane first gets so much free pressure because your bot lane's freed up to roam. You saw it in our games last night. It was the battle of the bot lane. There was constantly plays being made. We had a 5-man bot lane, I think, twice in the second game.
Can confirm.
Yeah, that was just an absurd fight.
Yeah, a little ridiculous. Is that something that you think is an overall meta shift, or is that specifically just how these teams play against each other?
I think that's just the meta shift. I think if you can win the bot lane and get your AD carry hitting towers super early, that early gold lead, you can just, that early gold lead is quite large at that point if you can just keep rotating for those towers. So you're either going to have to just have to try to predict the other bot lane and mirror them with your bot lane and hope they don't lose after they have the first tower gold.
All right. Well, great points here. Gavin, I'm curious what your thoughts are on that same topic. Do you agree with him completely? It comes down to that bot lane?
Yeah, I would agree marginally. The bot lane is very important, but if you do not get heavy jungle assistance from your jungler on that bot lane, you're going to be in for a very rough time. Because the jungle, I feel like it's like a 3-man lane at least in bot lane. If the jungler the jungler or the top lane or the mid is one of them is always perma camping bot lane. It's not AD support. It's AD support and jungle or AD support and mid. It's a 3-person lane at least.
Do you think that? Okay, sorry.
I do agree with the clown fiesta part though. That is that is right on point. Always clown fiesta. Always.
Well, we've gotten it from both of you now, so hopefully we do see that because clown fiestas are the most fun thing to watch, in my opinion. Now, we mentioned a little bit last night talking with you, Mitch, what TF was able to bring to your team. Now, your mid laner Boosted plays it very well, and we're talking about how important it is to win that bot lane. TF, Aurelion Sol, Ahri, even LeBlanc, champions that are very good at roaming. Do you think that they're going to be highly prioritized right now?
Especially in this game. The problem is, what I see for UMD is Gigabyte likes to play these roaming mid laners like LeBlanc and Talia and Fizz and these things that can run down the bot lane and make plays. Even the Ahri. While Nerf Akali, please, really likes to be I'm going to dominate lane, I'm going to kick your teeth in, and we're going to try to get first tower in mid. Which, I mean, if he has the jungle pressure and has some counter vision, he'll be fine. But if they can get that early kill on the Nerf Akali, please, and get Gigabyte ahead and just let him loose on the map, the bot lane isn't going to have a very good time because he's heading down there.
All right, so guys, one last question for you guys. So we've been talking about really all spots of the map. I guess we haven't really touched top lane yet, but what do you think are the overall keys to victories for both these teams? We've talked a lot about bottom lane. Do you think it's just whoever wins there really is going to win the game, or is it something else? What is the key for either of these teams to win the game?
I think the key of the game is the jungle. It's who gets their laners ahead faster or first and can let their laners help them assist in the roams, especially if under 50% can get first blood in the top lane for Fields Batman, and just depending what he picks, getting them in that split push machine and just drawing a ton of pressure top lane from Cripple. Or if Cripple can get Nerf Akali, please, the kill in the mid lane early, let him get that first blood and then just be able to just put so much pressure mid lane the jungler's not going to be able to go bot. Then Cripple's going to be able to go bot.
Okay, well, talking about keys to victory, we can talk about play style, how junglers need to play, how the laners need to play. What about pick and ban phase? Do you think that it's possible for one of these teams to strictly win based on how they handle the draft?
Somehow it gets Darius and Ivern, I think they're just going to win. I don't see that happening because I'm pretty sure those two are basically been perma-banned against them because that's Feels Batman's best champion and then it's under 50%'s best jungler. So if they can just, I think those are must bans away. And then on the side of Mankato, I think they're going to definitely have to ban Lulu because Kyle XO being able to just keep Kakarino alive, let him dish out all that damage in the team fights is probably one of UMD's keys to victory.
Gavin, do you agree? Do you think that Lulu ban against Ram Ranch and then the Darius Ivan ban against Mankato is absolute must bans?
I agree with the Darius and the Ivern, but for the bans against Ram Ranch, they definitely have to first ban. Like, this is what their bans have to look like if they want to win. It has to be Ezreal, Lucian, and Caitlyn. And if they don't ban those three, Kakarino is just going to pop off this game, guaranteed. Because the bot lane, Kakarino, if he gets Ezreal, it's free win. Lucian, free win. Like, Wickleberry and Ransack Moose are strictly outclassed by Kakarino and Kyle XO. So if they get a head bot lane, I think it's all GG. So if they have to ban at least one or two of those carries if they want a chance in this game.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm gonna give a ready check here for the team, see if they're good to go. And after this, we're gonna be stepping back, letting you two handle the pick and bans as the pregame analysis, and then you're going to hand it back over to us for the actual stream. So good luck, gentlemen. Hopefully, we got all of our predictions in. Darius, Ivan ban, maybe the Lulu, most likely a Lucian as well. A lot of champions that are also going to be prioritized here as well. It's exciting to see. I'm excited. I think that this is going to be maybe one of the closest matches in terms of the seeding that we've seen so far. Both of these teams very close to each other in the positions going into the playoffs. So it's fun actually seeing them play against each other right here.
Yeah, absolutely. To go to the finals, big time game. Excited to get this one started up.
All right, and with that, good luck, gentlemen, and we will be with you shortly.
Sounds good.
So just getting into pick ban here. Ram Ranch on the blue side, Kato on the red side. What are you expecting to see prioritized first pick here, Gavin?
First pick for UMD Ram Ranch, if Ezreal's up, they're first picking it. If Lucian's up, they're first picking it. If Lulu's up, they'll probably first pick that too, but I definitely expect Mankato to ban at least two of those away from Ram Ranch.
If you think Ram Ranch is going to first pick the Lulu, do you leave it up just so you can get two power picks yourself? Or do you just ban it?
I would say ban it. Kyle XO has proved time and time again that champion is the absolute key to victory for the side of Ram Ranch. Keeping Kakarino alive in those team fights is their entire strategy. So I definitely expect them to ban that in this one.
Pick ban here. Let's see what hovering the Darius, ban the Darius, as we see. Victor going in, another good mid lane ban.
Mm-hmm. LeBlanc.
The LeBlanc, yep. Banning out Gigabyte. The Karma. These bans are firing out here.
Yeah,
I like the Karma ban. I think the Karma and the Mantra Shields are just too big to just ignore. I mean, it's such a powerful champion at the moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely expect an Ivern ban for Ram Ranch. Oh, very interesting. UMD bans their own Lulu. There could be seeing some play. Maybe Ransack Moose plays that a lot. Not sure.
The Varus he's not taking the Ezreal, Gavin. Are they gonna take the Varus? They take the Varus.
All right, very interesting. I definitely thought Kakarino would go more towards that Ezreal Lucian type of deal, but it looks like not. One thing that I'm very surprised about though is Mankato banned their Ivern and Ram Ranch banned their own Lulu. I expected those to be like flopped, like the other teams banning them. It's very strange.
I know Cripple plays a good Ivern, and maybe under 50% just doesn't want to play this game. Wants to play something aggressive like this Lee Sin.
AP Lee Sin support coming in on the side of Mankato. And Nami in the bot lane.
Nami locked in. We're going to see a lot of early pressure here from under 50%. He's really going to try to... I bet we're going to see a party in the top lane at Ari.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have some next level roams coming in from that Ari. Ari ganking bot lane with 3 dashes is just like the most broken thing I've ever seen in the history of League of Legends. You charm on any person in the bot lane, charm, your bot lane follows up, boom, they're dead. Easy peasy.
Okay, so we see the Zyra coming out, so they got the bot lane. So Cripples might get target banned here. Yep. Oh, the Rengar in the top lane ban. I'm pretty sure that's a Rengar top ban because Snowcane's been playing that a lot.
One thing I definitely want to highlight here is the bot lane matchup. You have Varus and Zyra versus Nami and Caitlyn. So Nami and Caitlyn, they can definitely outpoke and outsustain Varus and Zyra. But if Zyra lands a root into Varus ulti on that rooted target, they can just explode someone. So I think it's a side of a little bit of poke on both sides, but if Varus and Zyra get the jump on him, that's definitely a dead Nami or Caitlyn. Very squishy targets.
I like the Kled ban, but something else in the mid lane. Since you already have your mid lane picked, they're kind of just at the mercy of that. The Rek'Sai ban, they're going for the double top ban, trying to get Feels Batman out of his comfort zone a little. Let's see if Snowcane has a pocket pick other than the Rengar, if he's just going to default to something like the tank, like the Nautilus or the Gragas.
Yeah, after all these top lane bans, I definitely am gonna see. Renekton. All right, I was gonna see a tank. I guess Renekton's pretty tanky, but he can also do some damage. I was expecting a Maokai or a Nautilus to come out of the side of Mankato, but Renekton, good choice. He is blind picking it though, so we'll see what Ram Ranch counters with here.
And takes into Renekton, especially with the Rengar off the table. That's definitely. I don't think it's the Jarvan top lane. Cripple likes that in the jungle, so.
Jarvan is definitely one of my favorite junglers, and I think it's a very skill-oriented matchup in the jungle. Jarvan versus AP Lee Song. That's going to be one for the ages, dude. Especially with the Ahri and whoever Mankato picks from the mid lane. You can see some very skirmishy with Jarvan and Lee Song. Skirmishy fights in the mid lane / jungle. Definitely look out for those.
Can keep in his ultimate. Oh, it is the Jarvan top lane. It's going to be the Nidalee jungle.
All right. Insta-lock Fizz. All right, let's go.
I like the Jarvan into the Renekton. The Fizz is going to be... If they can get the Fizz ahead, I like the Fizz into the Ahri, but if that's a rough matchup, melee into range,
for sure.
especially with Ahri. She has so much damage.
One thing I really want to highlight, though, is that Fizz, if Fizz times his troll pull right, he can definitely troll pull the Ahri. When the Ahri tries to turn out the charm, her Q, he can troll pull like half her damage, which is really critical in a 1v1. Also, another thing that's very important is that Ram Ranch has a very squishy comp besides the Jarvan in the top lane. So I'm gonna expect him to be building tanky, or else the Fizz is gonna be able to one-shot any one of those targets.
Yeah, the Jarvan pick, the ultimate, 4 of the 5 members of Mankato can get out of the ultimate. The only one not is Nami, so we're going to have to see how he utilizes that. Maybe wait for Caitlyn. Yeah, I think they're just going to have to try to all in on the Kate with the Jarvan and see if they can just distract her enough to let Kakarano get all the damage off on the Renekton, because Mankato doesn't really have a beefy front line. So if Varus can just...
Yeah, I definitely expect some combo play from Ram Ranch. Varus starting out with the ulti, and then Zyra throwing down her ulti on their whole team, and Jarvan following up with that. That just sounds like a big wombo combo with Ahri throwing in all of her spells. So if Mankato groups up, they're going to be in a world of hurt. But if they spread out and team fight properly, I see them coming out on top in this one.
Okay, looking at the draft phase, who do you think had the better draft?
Better draft? I would say Mankato for sure. I really don't think Varus is a strong pick right now, but I do know that it's one of Kakarino's favorite champs. I think Ram Ranch is too squishy for Mankato, especially when Mankato can have some very bursty type of characters with Fizz, even AP Lee Sin or Renekton, and the Caitlyn Nami just outputting constant damage. So I think it went in the side of Mankato, but we'll see. Any team fight can be turned around by the side of proper team fighting.
Edge to Ram Ranch just because their team fight is just, I think, so much better if they can execute it properly. Like, if they can layer their CC, they should win every single team fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is what confuses me though. Is if they were going for a team fight oriented comp, then Nidalee doesn't fit in there at all.
Wow.
That's the one thing that puzzles me about their draft.
I think the Nidalee is to keep up with the Lee Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Fight junglers don't have very strong early games, so if you can keep up with the Lee Sin and not let him get this Fizz and Renekton ahead, and just like be where he is, just constantly counter ganking. I think that's what they're going for because I think Ram Ranch is going to outscale in this game because Renekton falls off compared to Jarvan.
Mm-hmm.
If Fizz gets insanely ahead, I think they might just be able to win it off that because I don't know if they have enough peel to keep Kakarano alive. If Fizz can the kills, I think he's just going to snowball the game because there's no true tank to keep him off.
Oh yeah, for sure. And one thing that I really want to notice or highlight for our viewers is that if they were trying to keep up with Lee Sin in the jungle, what I would have done is I would have put Jarvan in the jungle because I think he can really keep up with Lee Sin, and then picked like Nautilus or Maokai for a tank top because that would have really solidified their comp in a stronger way. But I do think they picked in this certain way because of the specific highlights and strengths of each player on their specific champions, such as Jarvan in the top lane. That's probably a favorite of Snowcane's.
Yeah, I think going for the tankier Jarvan build. Maybe throw that Titanic Hydra in there, but
oh yeah, dude.
Fireworks. I think it's gonna be a high kill game.
Oh, that's what all the games are, dude. Fireworks, dude, baby. Let's go. We're in the MNLCS, dude. No one plays like a bitch in this league. They balls to the wall. Let's go.
Okay, and with that, we're gonna throw it over to the casters, where we will see you guys after the game.
Giving us the best, maybe the best intro ever. I've never done one quite as good as that. Thank you so much, guys, for giving us all of that game knowledge. Sam, we were watching all of that as well with them. Now it's our turn to give our opinion. We both were talking about what we felt. We agreed with a lot of the points that those guys were just saying, specifically when Mitch mentioned that Gavin mentioned that Nidalee doesn't really fit the team fighting composition coming from Ram Ranch. But the thing that I don't like from Ram Ranch is, yes, they can win these team fights with Varus, with Zyra, but only if they're playing around the objectives. They really can't force it. The only forced initiation they have is J4, but who's he going to ult on? I mean, Fizz can just play Full Trickster out. Caitlyn's going to have Nami there to throw out the tidal wave. Lee Sin can ward jump out. Renekton's just going to ult. J4 doesn't really have a target to initiate on, and that's what I think is going to be a big struggle.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I somewhat like the idea of Ram Ranch's comp. I just don't think it really plays well into the comp of Mankato here. And like we were saying, we just really don't see how the Nidalee fits in this comp. Not a team fighting champion. Maybe can try to match the Lee Sin in the early game, try to out jungle, try to get some early pressure in these lanes, but just not a great team fighter.
Yeah, and talking about the Varus Zyra ability to fight around objectives, oftentimes it works better if they're the ones taking the objective. You can kind of back off and then let the other team swoop in. If you can chain your ults onto multiple members, I mean, it's very good if they're all in the Baron pit, something like that. But the issue is that they're not really going to be able to do that against the Caitlyn because of the trap line she's going to place out. It's going to be hard for them to position around Dragon, around Baron to get their team fight in. So I think they're going to have to try to do it when they're taking the objective, and that's just a little harder to land. But we are loading into this game now. We have Ram Ranch on the blue side with Snowcane top lane, Cripple in the jungle, Nerf Akali, please, in the mid lane with Kakarino and Kyle on the bottom side. Whereas for Mankato, Feels Batman top, under 50% jungle with Gigabyte mid, and Wicklebear with Ransack Moose on that bottom side. Sam, which team do you think had the better pick and ban overall?
I personally like the team from Mankato a little bit better. I just feels like their comp is very solid. They have a nice mixture. They have of AP and AD damage. Don't really have a true tank. Renekton builds pretty tanky, gets pretty difficult to kill, but they do have some sort of a nice front line with him. Whereas the opposing team just has all those problems that we were just going through a little bit ago that I don't like their team quite as much for that.
I think both teams have pretty big weaknesses in them, but overall, Mankato, I'm going to give it to them as well. I think that they have pretty strong lane matchups, and the fact that they do have a front line in Feels Batman, plus Nami having to sustain. I think that's going to pay dividends. And both teams passing each other in the jungle for the rare 5v5 level. I think we're going to see it, right? Like, there's no way we're not going to see
this.
There's
a very high chance we're going to see some fireworks here.
So excited. Yes. Unfortunately, Mankato's getting caught out first. Zyra stun lands onto multiple members, but both. Come on.
Oh, come on.
I wanted more.
You got it all in there.
I think both teams are a little nervous.
Yeah.
This
I
is
wanted
playoffs.
to say a bad word right there, but I restrained myself.
We're not like Gavin. We can control our profanities. We're professionals.
Man, I was thinking that was guaranteed there'd be at least a kill to either side, but
no one really committing to that.
Yeah, a little too nervous, maybe not positive that either side could win that matchup there 1v1 or 5v5 level 1.
Well, the issue being J4 doesn't really have any initiation until he's level 2. He can't get that dash knock-up until he has 2 levels on him. Nerf Akali Please doesn't want to take Charm for the first spell going into lane. That really puts you behind. So it was really up to Kyle to provide the CC, and he did, but it just wasn't enough. They would have had to commit more CC spells for their champs in order to get that kill, specifically from Nerf Akali Please. I understand why they didn't go for it.
Yeah, me too. And looking at these jungle starts, both a little bit curious, just typically what you see is junglers tending to start on the bottom side to get a little bit better leash from their bottom lane, 2 people instead of 1 from their top laners, but both choosing to go to the top side, maybe so that they can try to loop around and gank this bottom side first, but we'll have to see how their pathing follows up here.
And Lee Sin, he can take Raptors if he has help from his mid lane, or if it's something like the Ahri or the Talia that they can throw out a spell or 2 over that wall. Even Orianna can help out. But with the Fizz, it's kind of difficult. The jungle pathing for Lee Sin's a little different when you can't take Raptors right away. And we're seeing this now as he goes red down to blue. Maybe he'll make an early appearance bot side, as Feels Batman already getting a sizable advantage over Snowkin in the top lane.
Yeah, Feels Batman with a great trade of health there in the top lane. Going in pretty aggressively onto Snowcane on this Jarvan.
But now we're seeing under 50% is around the bottom side. He's clearing that scuttle. And Cripple's also heading down here. This might be the first gank of the game pretty early, only 3 minutes in, but fairly common for junglers. He's not going to get spotted out, though. There is a ward in that bush, however. And Snowcane, flashes away from Feels Batman. I feel like Feels Batman could have flashed autoed.
Okay, nothing too big happening there. Cripple is on this ward after trying to go for the lane gank. Not sure that the bottom lane is not communicating that brush is warded, and then they know that he is there.
Well, I don't think that they saw. I mean, I think
just had no idea, I suppose.
That's really well played. Ooh, Feels Batman under turret. He wants this. He wants this so bad, willing to take the turret shots for it. Does he get first blood? He's not going to. He does. Oh, I didn't expect it. It's answered. But first blood does go to we got to call him the first blood king at this point, right? Like, Feels Batman constantly going, but now it's Gigabyte's turn. Ignite down on Nerf Akali. Please, the last tick gets it. And 2 solo lanes getting outplayed there.
Yeah, a couple of solo kills.
In the meantime, Ransec Moose taking a lot of damage. There's a kill. There's a bubble. Can they get the ignite? They do. Kakarino flashes forward. He might die now. TP coming down from Feels Batman. Heal might get them away, though. Licklebear just can't get that last auto, and Feels Batman completes the teleport. Might not have been worth it. He really wants this.
No flash available for Feels Batman. Probably going to mean he cannot get on to Kakarino there, but nicely played by both of the solo lanes from Kato, but then a nice answer coming from Ran Ranch. They get that 2v2 kill onto Kakarino.
And now Cripple is on the bottom side. The spear goes wide, but Kyle getting damage from the plants. Wicklebear, no summoner spells available. He's going to go down. Kyle, the scumbag's kill steal.
Yeah.
No, Zyra needs kills too, I guess.
Zyra's like, Nidalee, you are not getting this.
I will auto
flash in. I am making that auto.
I am an AP support. I need this. As Feels Batman, he goes bot, goes mid.
Feels Batman.
Taking a while to get back.
Not want to go to the top lane. Wants to get any advantage he can somewhere else on the map.
But he's not even behind.
Back up.
He's not even behind in farm to Snowcane. And looking at that jungle pressure, we've seen that there's not even a big discrepancy there from under 50% spending so much time in the top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. He was just up there trying to clean the waves that Batman was losing under the tower.
300 gold ahead also.
Yeah, so now he gets to make his back, already picking up the Warhammer, going for that nice early damage on Lee Sin.
Snow King getting a lot of damage on Feels Batman. Level 4 onto level 5 Jarvan. He's not actually going to win that trade. And Corrupting Potion doing a lot for Snow King right here. He's able to just heal that up. He doesn't mind taking these trades. Once it's level 6, though, he's got to be a little more worried.
Yeah, both members in this top lane getting a lot more scary once they hit 6, and it is coming up fairly soon here.
Cripple is going towards the top side. There's a control ward in that bush, so Feels Batman does not know this is coming, but he's still playing safe. And now just some interesting jungle pathing here. Cripple, he's spent a lot of time standing still and not actually helping a lane, as now Feels Batman jumps onto Snow King, but again is taking this return damage, but this wave is actually really helping that trade. All those minions auto-attacking Snow King. That feels bad.
Yeah, all in all, fairly even trade there in the top lane. And Feels Batman just a never-ending aggression, really, here.
Always here again. Are they going to go in on Feels Batman? There's the ultimate, but he jumps over the wall. He's going to go down in a solo kill to Snow King. Cripple! Oh, that feels so bad. He keeps trying. He keeps trying. Ooh, ult lands onto Kyle. There's the fishy jumping under turret. Not going to get the kill. Cucurino not even close to level 6, though. Oh, the Caitlyn trap doesn't actually land. They're not able to chain the CC. That was just, so close to being where it needed to be. But it's hard to tell with that frame. I mean, it's a slight misplay from Caitlyn there.
Yeah, and 4 members there joining down on the bottom lane for Kato, and they really get nothing for it. So well played by Ram Ranch there. Good defense.
And we were just talking about how much of a clown fiesta it will be on the bot side throughout this game. If you can get your bot lane to take that first turret blood, you can send your AD carry to a different lane and get so much pressure around the map. And already we're starting to see that. I mean, that was a 3v4 for a while there. Feels Batman burned his teleport earlier to get to the bottom side. They're committing a lot, but oddly enough, not much has happened on the bot side.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something just we haven't seen in recent memory in just the game of League of Legends. With all the new patches and new updates, bot lane has suddenly become really one of the most important lanes that you have to win in the game. Bring up multiple members is so vital to just getting the rest of the map ahead.
Nerfakali, please, gets the blue buff. So that's advantage against his lane opponent, both with Ignite. So they're both looking to go all in on each other. Cripple roaming to this top side, but under 50%, and Gigabyte are here as well. This is not actually a safe position. Ooh, Nerfakali, please, might be coming around on the backside. This looks to be a 3v3 topside. Cripple, you see Gigabyte, but you don't see 50%. Now you do. Now you do. Nerfakali, please, what can you do? The charm lands.
Snow King's ultimate just coming up right now. He can now join with some flare if he chooses to. It looks like that full top lane.
Ooh, there's a change of corruption onto Wicklebear. Nami does not have level 6. That's the Wambo combo. That's the level 6 Varus and Zyra. When Nami doesn't have Tidal Wave, there's just nothing she can do to help her defend that.
Yeah, and this was getting talked about in the dust previous to the game. Oftentimes in this bottom lane, you'll see the Caitlyn and the Nami, which didn't even quite happen there. Pre-6 have a little bit more push priority, but once 6s are reached in the bottom side, the Varus and the Zyra are much better wombo.
And Snow King and Feels Batman just constantly duking it out on this top side. Under 50% is now the one that seems to not know where to go. He keeps roaming to this top side, but not at the right time. They're not getting anything for it. So maybe he just should be looking to power jungle. I mean, he's already a level ahead of Cripple. You can take the Nidalee in her own jungle, get some counter jungling going, pressure Dragon. You don't need to be topside. We mentioned that you don't need to get your top lane ahead. This is a bot lane meta right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of these junglers as a whole have had some difficulty really finding anything too successful so far in this game.
Gigabyte is very deep in the enemy jungle, and he's about to get collapsed on. He can't play full Trickster over the wall, but he might be going down. There is the kill, actually, to Wicklebear teleport channeled from Snow King. Can they get anything for this? Oh, the roots land on a Ransack Moose. There's the ultimate coming in under 2 members. One gets bursted down. Heal from Wicklebear means that they're going to stay alive a little longer. Under 50%, keeping him alive just barely, and Snow King limps away with his life.
And all in all, a 1-for-1 there. Teleport coming in, able to scare that kill. All the while, though, Feels Batman is able to get a bit of damage on the top lane turret, as well as secure a little bit more of a farm lead for himself. And no teleport for Snow King to get back in the lane.
Yeah, this is kind of an awkward position for the side of Ram Ranch to be in. Yes, they are ahead. They have 3 extra kills, but they're only 600 gold ahead. And the majority of that gold is on Kyle as opposed to Ransack Moose. Kyle having 700 more gold than his support opponent. And when you're on something like a Zyra, you will be building AP, so it's not horrible. But they really want that gold to be on a pure carry. They want it to be on Kukurino or Nerf Akali, please, or Cripple even. But unfortunately, I mean, Kyle having 2 kills is not nearly as helpful as the Nidalee or the Art having them.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose if you were to pick a support to have 2 kills on, Zyra would probably be at the top of the list.
Alistair, man, what are you talking about? I love it when I have 2 kills.
I think Zyra would be
I'm so tanky.
near the top. But yeah, I definitely would rather have that onto Kukurino if possible, or any of the hard carries, the Ahri as well.
Yeah, the question is, can they do the same thing that they just did before? Kukurino and Kyle, they were able to all-in Wicklebear and Ransack Moose when they weren't level 6 yet. But now that both of them are even levels, what's going to happen if Snowcan and Feels Batman, they're never going to stop fighting. I swear to God.
Yeah, my goodness. Feels Batman just always wants in. It is just ridiculous what that guy will do to start a fight.
And Wicklebear pulling out a move I haven't seen in a while. When you're playing to Caitlyn, just throw out that ace in the hole anytime it's up. Just try to get that poke in. Because you and I were just mentioning earlier that we don't feel it's very strong, but the 4-man bottom lane answered by Cripple, but Kukurino's going to be going down. Gigabyte does get that kill. Here's the ult from Kyle, securing one this time to the jungler. Gigabyte doesn't want it to go unanswered, but you're taking so much damage. There's a double kill. Oh, Playful Trickster away from the turret shop. And Nerf Akali, please, is coming in. It says, please give it to me, Kyle. Don't flash for it, baby.
Kyle wants another one there, but Nerf Akali, please, able to pick that one up. They get one on the mid laner. All in all, a 2 for 2 there, I believe. So no real advantages gained through either side. 12 minutes in this game, still very close.
And these top lanes still just duking it out. Snowking getting pushed under turret, behind in the CS race, though. So Feels Batman doing a slightly better job in this 1v1. We were mentioning, or rather, Gavin and Mitch were mentioning the matchup in that top lane. And if Feels Batman was able to get ahead, he would easily be able to just kind of stomp over the Jarvan. But Jarvan can also play pretty safe if he needs to. So Feels Batman will be having to dive turret if he's looking to get some of these kills, which is very dangerous against a Jarvan. So it's an interesting matchup. It's hard for one to get a huge advantage over the other.
Yeah, and absolutely. And while you're talking about top side, under 50% as well as Cripple going up to the area right now.
Here, can he get out the ultimate? He doesn't even have time. Under 50%. Picking up an easy kill. They chain the CC brilliantly as Feels Batman tanks the turret. And we were talking about how bot lane is so important. Well, maybe this top lane will be the first to go, but Ram Ranch have gotten a lot of damage on their opposing lane. So it's a race for the turrets right now, as mid lane's also going to be going down pretty soon here. Cripple not feeling very safe. Under 50% is there as well. Spot out by the ward. There it lands. Cripple forced to flash away to save his own life. And they got to get this bot turret. They don't pick it up. Why are they fighting? Why are they trying to poke it down to other members as Kyle goes down? Ignite from Ransack Moose is enough to get the kill. Kukurino answers it. But come on, Ram Ranch. Don't go for the poke. Just auto-attack the turret. It was a turret race, and they were just trying to clear the minions.
Yeah, that gold advantage giving over there for the first tower gold compared to this tower that just went down is at about a full kill.
Batman is on Kukurino. Kukurino's got to go all in onto Wicklebear. Heal is available, flashed away instead of healing. Feels Batman is able to get the slow, however. Will Ace in the hole get it? It does. Wicklebear getting a second kill of the game as Gigabyte goes all in onto Nerf Akali. Please, ignites from both sides. They're out. Nerf Akali, please, just barely getting ahead of Gigabyte there.
Yeah, Gigabyte getting a little aggressive there at the end. Well played by Nerf Akali, please. Getting the solo kill onto the enemy mid laner as Feels Batman going to try to pressure this tower. Going to make it really hard for Nerf Akali to back.
Yeah, and that was that Negatron cloak paying dividends to Nerf Akali, please. They're soaking up a lot of that AP damage coming in from Gigabyte, who really doesn't have that much magic pen, just a sorcerer's boots. And this mid lane is going to be going down soon. The question is, how long can Ram Ranch keep it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Ram Ranch looking a dead even in gold. Exactly dead even in gold.
Cripple might be getting caught out, is able to get around the bubble, but can't get away from that Sonic Wave. Under 50%, flashing the level 7 mastery. Getting the kill onto Cripple, who's just a little caught out. There's no reason to be there without any vision around from your team, without any team members So questionable plays.
Yeah, and once he's hit by that Q there, he's pretty much dead. Under 50% just Qs in and immediately deletes him, and that
Gigabyte jumping on a Kakarino, able to sidestep the fishy. Gigabyte is dodging some of these skill shots, but no Playful Trickster means that the Nethergrass might come out. Or not Nethergrass, sorry, Chains of Corruption. This is not a Malzahar game. Sometimes I get confused. As Feels Batman and Snowcane. I mean, Snowcane's not winning this matchup right now. He's doing all right in the 1v1, but under 50% is just putting a lot of pressure top. I was questioning it before, saying, why aren't you putting pressure bot? But it worked for them. They were able to get the first turret blood on the top side. So, again, classic tale of me being wrong about something.
Yeah, and when you look at this team, we've talked about Feels Batman for a lot this split, just how good of a player he is. Maybe the best player on this Kato team, so trying to get him ahead is not a bad strategy by any stretch of the imagination.
And he's not even necessarily ahead when it comes to the kill participation, but from the global gold that they were able to get from that first turret, he is 800 ahead of his lane opponent, even though he's a kill behind and only 20 CS up. So really well played here from Mankato, getting Feels Batman in a comfortable position. But now the question is, do they keep trying to get him further ahead, or do they just accept that he can win lane solo? Maybe pull Cripple up there so that they can focus this mid turret, because it's not going down as Ram Ranch are doing their best to defend it.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of these towers that UMD has left remaining are starting to take quite a beating. The mid tower very, very low, and the bottom tower also half health. So Kato with a decent little just tower damage advantage here so far in this game.
And this honestly just feels like a stalemate position for both these teams. Neither one is really in a position to make the move on the enemy player. What I'd like is some pressure bot side. Go for that dragon, but Snowking taking a lot from Feels Batman. Gets the solo kill again. Feels Batman does not care about turret shots. He's just going all in constantly.
Yeah,
as Nerf Probably Please might be getting caught out here by under 50%. The Sonic Wave does not go out. Sonic Wave. But the Fishy lands on a Kyle. They go in on a Kakarine who flashes away. Chains of Corruption does not land, but the kill still goes through. Ransack Moose taking a lot from Cripple. And Nerfakali Please flash in from the Ari gets the kill. Can they get the Lee Sin kick away onto Winklebear? There's the chain. There's the headshots. One more does it. Shut down to the Caitlyn as Kyle's going to be going down here soon. Feels Batman jumping over the wall. Gets the twirl. Gets the kill.
And wow, we were just talking about it might be kind of a stalemate here. Not a lot of action happening, and all of a sudden a 4-for-3 from the side of Kato winning that one. A very intense, very, very bloody fight here.
Just another day again. Anytime I want action to happen, all I have to do is say nothing's happened in a while, and nothing's going to happen.
And you get 4-for-3.
And then immediately, yeah, it's team fight breakdown mid lane. Caster's curse, man. I swear to God. As Mankato just get themselves more and more in the lead. They're now 2,000 ahead. No dragons have been taken, and it's almost 18 minutes. It's an Ocean Drake. When you have a Caitlyn that can siege pretty well, it's a pretty good dragon to get, but keep in mind they're also playing against a Varus who can wave clear incredibly well. So, yes, they can siege, but there's a lot of defense coming out from the side of Ram Ranch here. And that is what I was saying was causing that stalemate before, but the way to break a stalemate, I guess, is to just kind of go all in or capitalize on a misplay from Ram Ranch, as we saw, I believe it was Nerfakali Please getting caught out a little bit there.
Yeah, and really it just seems throughout this game, as the Fizz is taking that bottom tower, it looks like is going to be for completely free, but neither team has really cared about this Ocean Drake at all.
Ooh, the really good dodge from Wicklebear there. He saw the charm coming in, but under 50%. Sonic Wave lands. Can he get the kick? Oh, kicks him the wrong way. The Tidal Wave coming in a little bit late. Doesn't land onto anybody but Kakarino on the wrong side of his team. He's going to be going down. Snowcane, you can't initiate here because there's no one to follow up. Kyle going down. Cripple going down. It's a triple for Gigabyte. Can they get anything more? He goes down. Snowcane, though, caught out from the rest of the team. Will make it back to his own base. But man, Kato doing a great job. And it wasn't a triple for Gigabyte. I was wrong. Just a double. He's not that good.
I'm sure he'll take the double there. All in all, 4-for-1 there on the side of Kato. And just doing a little bit of countering, I thought that Lee Sin was not on Mankato's team for a second, and I just got a little bit mixed up in my head. But they are finally going to prioritize this Ocean Drake, pick this up after picking that tier 2 mid tower. continue to increase this gold lead, and what was just a completely even game at 15 minutes is now a 6,000 gold lead for the side of Cato.
Yeah, Ram Ranch not in the driver's seat, not that they have been for really the entire game. There were some moments of greatness bot side when Kekarina was able to get those solo kills on the Wicklebear, but since then it's just been kind of scrappy fights. I mean, they're not able to layer the CC that they're trying to, or that their comp is wanting to do with the Varus ult into the Zyra ult, because they keep getting caught out. Their positioning just isn't where it needs to be, and it's just difficult when there's something like the Nami that throws out tidal wave. Suddenly your team has to split in two different directions. Then Lee Sin comes in, kicks one member somewhere else. So it's so hard for this team to group as 5.
Yeah, they've really had a tough time being the initiators from what I've seen so far. It seems like Kato's beating them to the punch, and whenever Kato's initiating, they're winning the fights every time. And the side of Ram Ranch does have some tools to start the engage. They have the Varus, they have the Zyra, they have the Jarvan. They just have to find an advantageous spot that they can use one of those ultimates, lock somebody down, and get the kill while they're all there and before anyone on their squad gets picked up.
Yeah, and I don't know what their game plan was with this team comp. It comes back to this Nidalee for me. We mentioned that if it had been a Gragas, we would have loved their team comp. It would have been so good because of the team fight potential from the Gragas ultimate with the Varus and the Zyra. But something like a Nidalee just doesn't do enough in these team fights. It's a very pokey style champ, and it just doesn't perform well in all ins.
And something else that the Gragas would provide that this team doesn't have is a front line. Their team really, the biggest front line is really the Jarvan, which
he's building damage.
Yeah, he's building mostly damage. So they really just have an all damage comp here, no front line. The Gragas would have really fit the hole that they needed in their comp, a little bit more engaged, more team fight, more front line.
Yeah, we're seeing also Cripple going for kind of a more supportive build, getting that spicy curry item, as I like to call it. Getting some extra healing down for his team. That's not exactly what you want to have to build second item on the Nidalee. Also having the Lucidity boots shows that he's not confident in his ability to do the damage that he needs to be doing as the Nidalee. And now feels Batman one more time. Can he get another solo kill on Snowcane under turret? He's 2 levels up, has a full item. Rather half item as Cripple is getting taken down by Gigabyte. He goes down, but Chains of Corruption secures the kill for Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
That was insanely aggressive coming out from Gigabyte.
Feels Batman pops the ultimate. He's going on to Snowcane. There's the ultimate, trapping him under the turret, but he will be able to get out safely. Redemption coming in. Kyle picking up another one. Will it be a third in a row? Scumbag support doesn't steal that one. Nervacali, please, is able to pick it up.
And a lot of action right there. Looks like that one actually went pretty well for Ram Ranch, but on the other side, feels Batman is proxying that wave from the tower, gonna pick up that bottom lane tower, it looks like here. So all in all, could still be a fairly good trade for Kato, as Ram Ranch only getting this tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, they're trading turret for turret, but it is a tier 2 bot lane turret for the tier 1 mid lane. It's arguable if that's worth it, because when you're playing from behind, with a 5,000 gold deficit, anytime you can make an even trade of objectives, it's pretty much worth it. So I'm okay with this.
And they also got a 3 for 2 there total and total. Like
True.
So it's 1 extra kill and a tier 1 tower instead of the tier 2. That's a fairly even trade, I would say, for Ram Ranch to take at this point. So pretty nice for them here. They kind of minute this. I mean, no gold advantages really for either side there. Too big. So keeping this game as close as they can right now.
Yeah, the issue being that Mankato's looking to pressure this Baron. They're getting vision set up. I'm expecting to see Gigabyte push up this top turret and then just come down. Yep, they're starting the turret or the Baron already. Snowcane has teleport, and there is a ward there, so they saw it coming, and this is exactly what they want. The Varus and the Zyra want to be able to initiate on Baron. Feels Batman jumping onto Jarvan. He is able to get away. Kyle eating 2 ultimates. Heal comes in. He doesn't die. Does Ignite get it? Ignite does, but Nervacali please wants to make it a 1-for-1. Can't quite find it though. And 2 ults, the ace in the hole, plus the fishy, or if you're calling it by the right name, Chum the Water from Fizz, doing a lot onto that Zyra, and you don't want to be that front line of Zyra. You're not a tank. I don't know if you know
As
that.
well as the Ignite from Gigabyte, as the ticks do finally get it. And something that's happening in the split pushing war in the bot lane is Feels Batman has 3 levels currently on Snowcane, so that is not going great for the J4 right now. He's continually pushed under, losing these trades, and it's going to be difficult for him to really hold that 1v1 down there.
4,000 gold behind Feels Batman. That's a full item. That's an item and a half.
Yeah, that's a lot
of gold.
That's a lot of gold.
I think we can say that Feels Batman has won against his lane opponent, and all Snow King can do is just hope and pray that he is enough to stop this split push. You got to clear the wave. Don't even go on to Feels Batman. You're not going to win that trade as the charm lands on a Ransack moves. Flash away. Tidal Wave is available. He throws it out. Chains of Corruption. Flash away from the Kayle. Feels Batman getting another solo kill. Ram Ranch, I don't know what you need to do, but it's not this. Snowcane cannot answer this split push from Feels Batman.
Yeah.
There's Jungle Waters onto Kyle. That's the second time we've seen this already. Gigabyte doesn't back up. He just goes further in. There's a Zodius, but Cripple able to pick that one up. Ignite one more time. Pop goes the Weasel, under 50%. Can't quite get there for Kali, please. Actually, jumps and takes that Orb of Deception twice. He took it, jumped towards under 50%, and then took it again. And that's what killed him. That feels pretty bad. Just securing your own demise right there.
It feels Batman still knocking down these inhibitor towers, and as we were just talking about, it's so hard.
Ooh, Charm goes wide, but he doesn't have a lot of MR. So he actually takes a lot of damage from this Ahri. They will get the inhibitor, it looks like, though. Do they have to sacrifice anything for it? They're just going to walk away.
Just walk away cleanly, it looks like.
Spirit Rush is available. She's going in on the Wickle Bear. Can you land the charm? There's the combo, getting so much damage. Shut down to Snowcane. Feels Batman might be the next one to go down, but he makes it a trade for his life. A 1 for 2, but inhibitor still picked up for Mankato. Ram Ranch doing anything they can do to get back in.
Yeah, Nerf Akali, please, going in as hard as he can there. Makes a nice play on the Wickle Bear. Really just blows him up, but the side of Kato ready to find that counter kill, and they do take him down. Just a 1-for-1 trade. Once again, if you are behind, generally trading evenly is pretty good. So well played by Nerf Akali, please there.
Yeah, what can Ram Ranch do here? They were playing around what they needed to. Anytime that Mankato pressures that Baron, that's where Varus and Zyra come in, because their ults are so strong if the enemy team is in that Baron pit. But I mean, Snowcane is losing the 1v1 against Feels Batman, so they can't really go for that play anymore. Maybe send Nerf Akali, please, to deal with the Renekton. With Spirit Rush up, she's a little safer, and also Feels Batman didn't at the time have that much MR. Now he has the Spirit Visage complete, so even that might not be an option. I just don't think that they can take on Feels Batman in a 1v1 situation.
Yeah, I just don't think that there's anyone that can answer this guy's push. So if he goes and split pushes somewhere as Kato pressures this Baron area, it's going to be so difficult for Ram Ranch to really do anything about it. They might have to send 2 people to stop their Necton. If they do that,
Ooh, Chum the Waters does not land onto any members.
Baron will be easily picked up for the side of Kato, so it's going to be so difficult to deal with Feels Batman right now, as he's going to push in that top side, try to get that tier 2 up there.
This is what they need to do. I was a little worried that Mankato was about to send all 5 to the Baron pit. I was going to say, don't do that. Just send Feels Batman top. No one can answer him. They're going to have to send at least 2 members, and once they do that, push out mid, go Baron. You'll have a 4 against 3. That's going to be a lot harder for Ram Ranch, to deal with. And honestly, I don't know if 2 members can take down Feels Batman right now. He's level 17.
Yeah, exactly. He is the highest level in the game by 2 over anybody, and that is.
And he's on that turret.
15,
they didn't even send anybody to answer him. He is backing off, as the rest of Mankato is pushing in mid. Snowcane just struggling to take down Super's bot lane. Gigabyte taking a lot from Nerf Akali, please. The charm lands. Ooh, that one goes wide. Chains of Corruption onto Ransack moves. They're going in. They might not want it, though. Gigabyte getting damage onto Nerf Akali, please. And a late tidal wave coming in from the Nami. Can they get anything more from the Zyra ult? A little late. And that's a lot of ultimates burn, meaning that Feels Batman feels so comfortable just going in. Exhaust, Flash from Kakarino, getting damage on the Kyle, but the Charm lands. Going to get anything more for this. And the shield's coming in, but Snowcane gets kicked back from the Lee Sin. It does mean 1 kill for Ram Ranch, though. Mankato not playing this the way that they need to, and actually giving back some of the control of this game to the side of Ram Ranch. They do have to answer Super Minions bot and a pushing wave top, however. So Mankato not out of this yet by a long shot.
Yeah, Kato just kind of running around with like chickens with their head cut off in the fight. It just felt like one kept on going in, taking a lot of damage, and then someone else would go in, take a lot of damage, and barely get out.
Yeah, like Gigabyte gets almost killed, and Feels Batman gets almost killed.
Yeah, just
Ransack Moose is just trying to keep everybody alive, but now it's the same story, but for Kyle. This time he does go down. Nerf Golly, please, trying to make the hero play, jumping in on the Gigabyte. There's Azonius. Can they get him, though? He jumps away, does not live. It's answered 1-for-1 support for mid lane. One more time. Can I hear it? Super's pushing bot lane. They got to go back and answer that.
Yeah, and this gets so annoying when you're this team. It just feels like whenever you get something, whenever you make a positive play on the map, it is just so hard to actually get an objective, actually make more pressure on the map in this game because, oh, now I got to go back to base, kill these super minions that are pounding on our towers, pounding on our inhibs that are about to respawn. It gets very, very frustrating.
And what I would have liked to see from the side of Ram Ranch there is as Snowking goes to clear bot, that's fine, but at least clear out vision around the Baron. There's 2 control wards that they could have cleared earlier, as now Cripple's going to try to clear them now. But under 50% and Ransack Moose are heading down towards him. He might get caught out here. I don't know if he can get away if they engage on him. He is running away, though, and he does get out. So not too bad, but they could have sweeped for some of these wards earlier. They didn't need to all back at that time. They should have dropped wards around Baron, cleared the wards that were around Baron, so that then they have the priority next time.
Yeah, absolutely. And Supers are continuing to crash in the base. So as they're doing, the J4 is going to have to stay there, and Kato will have pressure on this map. They can really do whatever they please right now. They're playing this very hesitantly, in my opinion.
It feels like Mankato, they're in the driver's seat, but they don't know where they're going. They're like, are we going this way? Are we going left? Are we going right? Are we going top lane? Are we going to push mid? The communication seems a little lacking here as they're just, again, clearing vision around Baron, trying to control this. Nerf Golly, please, getting aggressive onto Ransack Moose. The heals are coming in, but the Chains of Corruption secures the kill. Gigabyte getting aggressive, makes a double for himself as Feels Batman completes the teleport. This is not looking good for Ram Ranch. Only Snowcane and Kyle alive. Gigabyte and Feels Batman can easily get over this wall. Snowcane, you have nowhere to go. Get onto your turret, but Feels Batman is full health. Slowed down. The turret is ticking him off. And he actually doesn't get the kill.
Just going to let that one go. Probably wise as they do pick up a 3-for-1 there and maybe going to be able to get a lot more of this base that they already have.
Kyle Snowcane is here finally to defend his support. But they cannot kill this Renekton. It's just an impossibility right now. As soon as their inhibitor comes out bot, it goes down, and now they're going to lose mid-turret.
As well as the min inhibitor here still. Oh, okay, they are going to back off. Kukurino is up in just a couple seconds here to try to join back into this fight. But in that previous engagement, Nerfakali, please, is trying to go a little bit too ham there. Gets a lot of damage off early, but Kato just too strong, picking off 3 of their members.
I don't mind that kind of play, but once you blow their flash, back off. That's when you say, yep, we don't need to burn Varus ultimate just to get 1 kill. Save it, because as soon as Gigabyte shows up, he's going to delete our backline. If we burn all of our ultimates just to get the support, that is not worth it in the end. Well, I mean, they were able to get the Lee Sin, so not the support, but I still just feel that this is Ram Ranch just grasping for straws. They're not playing smart. They're not playing their cards right, because once you get the flash away from Ransack Moose and Lee Sin, that's an advantage already. Just back up and try to make the same play again, because next time it'll work.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the meantime, while that was happening, Kato trying to prioritize that Dragon area that we've seen really no priority around.
Feels Batman going to catch out Snowcane on the bot lane. Snowcane has Guardian Angel available. Doesn't actually get popped, though. And this is what happens with the J4. Even if you're behind, you're still relatively safe.
Yeah, you do have good engage in, good engage out, ways to peel, ways to get away as the J4, even though he is so far behind, trying to catch up. Feels Batman already level 18 at 34 minutes.
Yeah, you're like pushing this top lane. Nobody answering from Ram Ranch. Why are you pushing onto Feels Batman when you're losing your top turret and they start Baron? You have no vision around that objective. You have no business chasing Feels Batman into the jungle, and they're just giving away these objectives right now.
They have no idea. They see Feels Batman pushing mid as well as the Fizz pushing top, and they just get a free 3-man Baron.
Gigabyte jumping in onto the backline, taking a lot of damage. Playful Trickster out, flashes away. so doesn't give up his life, and that's a turret and Baron to Mankato, just because Ram Ranch seemed like they had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that was a good disguise by Kato, sending a member top to push.
Sonic Wave lands on the Kyle. Does he take it? I wanted to see the flash kick. Like, absolutely would have died for that. So probably worth it to not.
It would have been
take out
some
the
fire,
support.
though. Would have been some fire.
True. That's what we wanted to see from these teams. The hype, the aggression, the over-aggression. Whenever it happens, we love it.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I feel like I'm overcritical, but I love everything that happens in these games, just kind of how crazy things get in MNLCS. As Ram Ranch are just doing their best to defend this base from Baron-empowered supers, as well as the siege in the mid lane.
Yeah. Ooh.
QSS. QSS picked up from Wicklebear, but it does not work twice in a row. Is able to flash out, though. Taking a lot of damage. Feels Batman might be coming on the backside. Under 50%. Kicking Rhino forward. Taking a lot. Feels Batman getting that kill. Under 50% goes down as well. Cripple healing himself up just barely enough. But Kyle, you're going to be going down. Gigabyte not getting that kill. Just the assist. Guardian Angel procced for Snowcane. There's the Caitlyn trap. There's just no way he's getting out of this. He's going down. Who's going to get the kill? Oh, it's a Nami. Nexus turrets are falling. Cripple cannot defend the 1v4. And this is going to be game for Mankato. One turret goes down. Two turrets go down. Nexus half health. Nothing that Nidalee can do. And game one goes over to Mankato.
Yeah, Kato picking up the first game in the series. 36 minutes going by in this one. Fairly close for a decent portion of the game. Then kind of staled for a portion as Kato was decently far ahead. But as we were saying, just didn't really know what to do with their lead. Finally found a fight at the end that can push it over the top, take those Nexus towers and the Nexus.
And really hype game there, honestly. Great way to start off of the evening. We saw Ram Ranch kind of keeping up in the early stages of the game against Mankato, but then Mankato really ran with it for a couple minutes, maybe like one or two. It seemed like they weren't quite confident in what they could do. They weren't pushing top. They weren't going for they were just kind of grouping around Baron for no reason. But then towards the end, they were immediately able to capitalize as soon as they saw Ram Ranch out of position, chasing Feels Batman. That's when they pulled the trigger. They said, now we start Baron, because now all that hard work that we put and all that time of warding around Baron is paying off. Ram Ranch had no idea that they were there.
Yeah, it was really well set up. You have the disguise of the Fizz in the top lane, Feels Batman pushing in the mid lane. It's like, are they doing this three-man? We have no idea. They've cleared out all of our vision. If we go check, are we just going to die anyways? It was a difficult call for Ram Ranch to make. And, yeah, the sneaky Baron just gets taken and is able to end the game with the Baron plus the Super Minion push.
And in a few moments, we're actually going to have our two pregame analysts come in and talk with us a little bit about the postgame, what they thought about that game coming in. But for the moment, until they get here, before they have an option to weigh in, because I feel like we always give different opinions, so I don't want to hear theirs yet. I don't want to taint my own opinion. Who do you think gets player of the game from this game?
I think it has to be Feels Batman, in my opinion, just because he was an immense nuisance on this Renekton. It just didn't really feel like they had any way to answer him. His level advantage throughout the game as a split push was just so much higher than anyone else's level. He just could not be answered in 1v1 fashion, and if you tried to answer him in 1v1 fashion, he was just getting solo kills.
I definitely agree. I'm going to give it to Feels Batman as well. Look at that. We agree on something, finally. But we now have Mitch and Gavin in the room with us. So you gentlemen, tell us your opinion on player of the game, who you think did the best, performed the best.
I think it goes to Feels Batman. Like, he was level 18 at 30 minutes. He was just like, he's so far ahead. It's so hard to answer that. Like, you have to send two people, and then you're just like giving up so much pressure. He was drawing so much pressure from the other team.
And the key is he only had 15 kill participation as opposed to like Ransack Moose with 21. But that's because Ransack Moose was with the team the whole time. Feels Batman was rarely with the team because he was bringing the enemy team to him, and if they didn't come, he was getting turrets. So absolutely I agree. Gavin, though, what's your opinion?
I'm definitely gonna have to give the player of the game
First try.
Player of the game to Gigabyte. He was just Fizzerino. Fizzerino was unstoppable this game. They had no answer. He was just troll pulling in, ulting people, one-shot him, dude. It was so easy for him. They had no tank to stop Gigabyte. I definitely give it to him.
Wow, no love for the Nami. I expected at least one person to say I'm gonna rep the support. Maybe I need to change mine.
Yeah, you're the support player.
I am the support player. All right, but gentlemen, what do you feel happened that game? What went wrong for Ram Ranch, or more importantly, what went well for Mankato?
More went wrong for Ram Ranch and went well for Mankato. I feel like their team comp, if they could have drafted just a little bit better, I feel like picking the Varus early was really bold. The immobile 80 carry when they have Lisa and Renekton and Fizz in the later stage. I feel like Ezreal would have been able to just be a lot more safe, and he was like a majority of their damage at the point. So him just staying alive was huge. And I feel like maybe a teamfight jungler other than the Nidalee probably would have been better, even if the Jarvan in the jungle would take it something different in the top lane.
Yeah, we were mentioning that on stream, talking about how we felt a Gragas would have fit this team comp a lot better. Do you agree with that, or do you think that there was even a better jungler on the table still?
I feel like Gragas would have been fine, but they just needed a tank, some more CC. They needed something. I know the Nidalee's got the heals and she's got the damage early, but they didn't really capitalize on it that often. They just seemed like a step behind Mankato. Like they were like 10 seconds late to things, and just like Mankato was like initiating, and then they were like playing on the back foot most of the game. very
true. I think agreement across the board there. It just felt that they also didn't know what to do once they were behind. That's the biggest thing with a lot of teams here, is that if they're not in the lead, it's difficult to shot call against a team like Mankato when there is that Renekton. Because again, I think this is a situation where they kind of lost in the draft. Or if they wanted to make this draft work, they needed to play it differently. The way that they were playing, it just didn't quite work out. There were moments of greatness, like Kukurino, Kyle getting that double kill on the bot side. But I think another issue is that Kyle just had too many kills. Like, you don't want to give that many kills to the Zyra early in the game. She was like 3-1 and 4 at one point. And you can tell that didn't really continue to the later stages of the game.
Yeah, the Zyra not scaling quite as well as maybe the Varus or the Akali in this one, and much would have had those kills going somewhere else.
The Zyra still outdamaged the entire enemy team.
The Zyra...
That wasn't the worst. Zyra had more damage than the entire enemy team.
Oh, wow.
She beat everybody. So I don't think that was the issue. I think it was just the immobile 80 carry, and them just like... Renekton was just so big, and it's so hard to deal with him with Jarvan. I mean, like, yeah, you could probably just slow him down, but you're not going to be able to stop him when he gets that big. He's just up on levels. There's nothing you can really do at that point, except pray he misplays.
All right, Gavin, last question. What do you think Ram Ranch needs to do differently to come back in this series and reverse sweep Mankato?
They need to pick a tank. Plain and simple. They need a tank. They need someone to stand up to the Fizzarino, to the K, or else Mankato is just going to have free reign in the team fights. Without a tank, your carries are just going to get blown up, and no one is going to soak up that damage. So I think their team fighting was great, but they didn't have a tank to team fight with. So if they draft a tank, I definitely think they can turn this around.
All right, what about you, Mitch? What are your opinions on the draft from Ram Ranch and what they need to change going forward?
Yeah, I agree with Gavin. It was a very winnable game, I think. Like there was just some small things that they need to shore up. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they come back and take game 2. Just shore up the draft a little bit and try to give Snowcane maybe a little bit of more help early, just so he doesn't fall so far behind. And just like honestly probably ban the Renekton. That was just gross.
A little bit. We're going to take a short break here, just a few minutes, and then get right back into the next game of the evening, however. We'll see if Ram Ranch is able to take at least one game or reverse sweep Mankato, or will it be Mankato versus Ganked by Gophers in the finals? The return of the Giants against each other. Mankato having their only loss against Ganked by Gophers. So let us know in the Twitch chat. Let us know on social media, on the Facebook page, on Twitter at MNLCS, and we will take a short break and be right back, so don't go anywhere.
Yo, hello? Yo, Mitch.
Yep.
What do you want me to ask you? I'm going to ask you a question after the intro.
We're in right now, so yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Minnesota LCS. I am Gavine, joined by my co-analyst, Mitch. And what a fantastic game one. Like, that was some next level gameplay. What did you think about the game, Mitch?
I thought it was slow at points. I think UMD definitely has a chance of winning these next two games. They just need to shore up some small missteps, and then they'll figure it out. I have some faith.
Yeah, so what are your specific thoughts about the pick and ban phase going into game 2? Do you think there's going to be some differences from the difference of side 1 or game 1, or do you think there are going to be some similar compositions drafted? What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like UMD needs to switch it up. The Darius ban coming in right away. The Victor. I feel like they need to ban the Renekton here. The Fizz ban comes out. They don't want the Fizz again.
Yeah, Fizzarino, Caprino, dude, you gotta ban that thing. That thing was like on point.
UMD on blue side again, so they did take the blue side. They didn't want red side. Because Kato picked red
blue
side.
side
last
can't
game.
be considered secret OP because you get a free, you get the first pick of the draft. So we'll see if that turns out to go to their advantage or not.
2 jungle bans coming in from Mankato. Let's see if they pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick the Renekton. Oh, the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn gets locked in.
Yeah,
Way better than the Varus from last game.
very surprising to me to see that they first picked the Caitlyn and not the Ezreal. But if Luke is going to be a Caitlyn abuser, you can now see here he is in his true form, Cuckarino, the Caitlyn abuser.
And we're seeing the Karma picked up here by Mankato. I like the Karma pick. I still think Karma's the secret OP. She's so good for so long. And the Ari in the mid lane, another assassin for Gigabyte. Let's see if he can repeat his performance like he had on Fizz.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ari secret OP against UMD Ram Ranch, because if Ari gets into the backline, starts throwing out those charms in that Caitlyn, Cuckarino is going to be in a world of hurt this game if that happens. Hopefully Ram Ranch can answer that with some excellent peel.
Rammer, so the Caitlyn Nami bot lane, probably the most abusive bot lane there is, besides maybe Caitlyn Karma. That's gonna be rough. Let's see what Mankato's gonna take on this next pick.
Yeah, what I'm definitely seeing here is that in regards to game 1, these teams are just drafting exactly what the opposite team did. Mankato had Caitlyn Nami bot lane, now Ram Ranch has Caitlyn Nami bot lane.
Hovered for Nerf Akali, please.
Yeah, Nerf Akali pulls, that's going to be more like Nerf Syndra pulls for the enemy team, because I see this Syndra popping off against all those squishies on Mankato's side.
Oh yeah, the Ezreal locked in here too for Mankato. So the Ezreal Karma versus the Caitlyn Nami. Well, who do you think is going to win this bot lane matchup here, Gavin?
Oh, for sure on the side of UMD, dude. Cuckarino, Caitlyn abuser. Caitlyn auto wins lane. It's guaranteed unless you're like boosted or something. The auto range is just too OP. And with Nami, Sustain, and Harris, I don't see Mankato answering this unless they get like a 5-man auto camp bot lane.
Yeah, the Caitlyn Nami, just the abuse. And we see the Rengar ban, Fiora ban. Let's see if they... I feel like you probably got to throw the ban at the Renekton here too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Renekton was just popping up. That was one big mean crocodile that game. You gotta watch out for that Renekton. He can really pop up, especially when he's 2 levels higher than anyone else in the game, and he's basically an unstoppable genius.
He was a force to be reckoned with last game. Like nobody on Ram Ranch could even come close to responding to him. Let's see what they're gonna ban. They got 10 seconds left. I feel like it needs to be the Renekton ban. The Kled. I would rather go against Kled than Renekton. Ooh.
Yeah, but Kled
Let's see if
is
Mankato takes this Renekton right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
auto lock Renekton. They
Renekton.
know what's up.
Auto locked in with the Renekton because they know if they don't pick it, they're just gonna give it up. So let's see what they're gonna respond here. Let's see if they take the Jarvan again. Give Snowcane some redemption, or if they're gonna give him a tank like Gragas. Try to just get out of the lane.
Yeah, I really hope it's a tank, or else I'm going to be permanently tilted by UMD Ram Ranch. They need a tank to answer this next level. Yep, there it is. Good.
The Zac.
Locked in for Ram Ranch.
I don't know if Zac's the best tank, because all their damage right now can easily sidestep his engage. Karma's got her shield. Renekton's got dash. Ezreal's got his arcane shift. He's gonna. Let's see if Cripple can whip out some sneaky flanks. The Zac Rockets. They're going with the double tank. You got plenty of damage right now with the Syndra Caitlyn Nami.
Oh yeah,
and
for
you got
sure.
The 2 engage tanks.
This draft is shaping up to be.
Replies with.
Yeah, for sure. This draft is shaping up to be very even, in my opinion. I think Ramranch is drafted far better this round, and I want to see. Yeah, let's see what Mankato's gonna round out their composition with here. Olaf.
The Olaf. I like the Olaf pick. The Olaf just. I like the comp.
Yeah, that's very good.
Care about Syndra,
Very
Zac,
impressive.
or Gragas. Just runs right at the Caitlyn. If he can with the Karma shields, he's gonna be getting in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. One thing that really makes Olaf OP here, secret OP. If you look at the side of UMD Ramratch, every single person on their team has some form of CC. Even Caitlyn has her traps, and Olaf ignores all of that garbage, dude. He is gonna be running over the Caitlyn and Nami once he pops that ult on with Karma Shield.
I like the Olaf pick. I think the Olaf pick makes me like Mankato's team a little bit better, just because it counters the entire team of UMD.
Yeah, for sure. I really can see though UMD just engaging with the Zac Gragas onto the backline of Mankato, the Ahri, Ezreal. If they get any of those just blown up with a Gragas ult or a Zac jumped on him, that's going to be a really hard team for Mankato to win. Because if they lose Ezreal or Ahri, I think they're really lacking damage, because they just have Olaf and Renekton who kind of deal damage, but they're pretty much tanks, and then Karma. So if they lose Ezreal or Ahri, they're going to have a rough time in team fights.
Oh yeah. I think UMD drafted much better than they did last game, but I still like Mankato's draft. They have so much mobility, so much ways to get to the back line with the Olaf and the Karma. And a lot of Zac CC can be just straight up avoided by the Ezreal and Ahri, because they're so mobile and it's so hard to hit that engage. But we're gonna see if Cripple can get some good flanks off, and if he can land his knockup, he'll for sure let them win those team fights.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to highlight the Syndra. The Syndra has a very easy time. If she can stun Ahri or Ezreal, that's like an auto one-shot. Those are two very squishy champs, and once they're stunned, they can't dash away. And then she just presses R, GG deleted. So, gotta look out for those stuns and those picks coming out from Syndra.
Syndra, nerf Akali, please. A big Syndra player. He's finally whipping out MNLCS. Let's see if he can capitalize on the secret pocket pick. Syndra has kind of fallen out of favor lately.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do want to see this though. I think this is going to be a very close match. I am going to give the overall draft favor to Mankato just a little bit for that Olaf pick, but otherwise I see it as being a very balanced and well-rounded draft composition coming out from both teams here.
Yeah, I think both teams drafted really well. Drafted way better in the first game. I like at least they have two tanks with a lot of CC. That was the two issues they had in the last game. So wrap it up and see if Mankato can 2-0 or if Ram Ranch is going to try to get the reverse sweep going here.
Yeah, let's see what happens. We're going to throw it down over to the casters now. Good luck to both teams. GG, no re.
Stellar transition for us. Thank you, Gavin. Always a pleasure to listen to. Something about his voice, man. Just the way he talks, so gentlemanly, so articulate.
Confident.
I can tell he thinks about what he's gonna say before he says it, even to the point of asking other people what he should say. Like, what do you think I should say, Sam?
I think we should talk about these comps.
All right, let's do
champions.
that. Let's do that. So we got their opinions on what they thought about the pick and ban. Let's talk about now our opinions, as we just did in this last game. Sam, what do you think both of these teams is trying to do right now with their?
Well, all right. As our wonderful analysts were just talking about, we both seem to agree as well that both these teams did draft much, much better in this game. What the side of Ram Ranch was missing last game was a lot of tank, a little bit more engaged, and they do have that in heavy amounts now with the Zach and the Gragas, trying to get onto these squishier targets, while the Syndra and the Caitlyn are just going to provide enough damage to really haul them through these fights. Where for the side of Kato, they were our analysts kind of getting off to this Olaf pick. The Olaf pick is great, able to get to these just the two main carry comps here, able to just plow through all the CC, as well as the Karma being on his team, which really meshes great with the Olaf. He'll be able to just charge in unaffected by CC as the Ezreal and the Ahri try to, poke from farther away.
The one thing I'll give Ram Ranch is that Olaf has to make a choice. Is he going to chase down the Caitlyn or the Syndra? If Ram Ranch play this correctly, which hopefully they do, during these team fights, those champions do not want to be standing next to each other because Olaf will have a clear target to run at both of them. They need to spread apart, so he has to make a decision. I think the better choice for Olaf to go for is the Syndra, because if he goes for Caitlyn she has her net, she can kind of get away a little bit more, has heal available as well. So she can kind of get away from the Olaf more than Syndra can, and if you leave Syndra alone, she's just going to ult Ahri or Ezreal or somebody and maybe just delete them immediately. So I think some of the Twitch chat was saying peel for Caitlyn, but honestly, I think it's more appeal for the Syndra, because if Syndra dies during these team fights, there's really nothing that Ram Ranch is going to do. That's the majority of their damage. Caitlyn auto attacks do a lot, but Syndra ult can just take out a complete member from the enemy team.
Yeah, absolutely. Syndra going to be able to delete this Ahri or this Ezreal if she is able to just click the R within the relative space that has to be onto them. They'll just die pretty much instantly. And both of these teams really do have two hard carries damage-wise, the Caitlyn and the Syndra, and the Ahri and the Ezreal. If either team is able to get onto one of those members before the other team is and kind of take them out of the fight first, they'll probably be the team that wins that fight.
Yes, and something interesting here, Ram Ranch, clearly a different composition from last time. The question being, is it good enough? Honestly, I would have loved the draft and given it to them if Mankato didn't have Olaf. But Mankato, last picking Olaf, completely turned it around. Now suddenly, I don't like the Zach pick because he doesn't have a clear initiation target, very mobile enemy team, and I don't like the Gragas because the explosive cast can't peel away the Olaf ulting in. So that one pick is what is going to make me give this to Mankato. If it had been something other than Olaf, I would have said absolutely. I think it's going to go to Ram Ranch. But one more time, potentially, Snowcane in the top lane for Ram Ranch, getting blue side twice in a row now with Cripple in the jungle. Nerf Akali, please, mid. Kukurino and Kyle on the bot side. For Mankato, we have Fields Batman top lane, under 50% jungle. Gigabyte mid with Wicklebear and Ransack Moose rounding out that bottom lane. Let us know who you think is going to win. Give us those hashtags in chat. Hashtag UMD win or hashtag Mankato. Actually, I'm not calling them by their names as much as their schools. I should be saying Ram Ranch and Chimps. Mankato have officially changed their name to the Chimps.
Okay, the Mankato Chimps.
Mankato Chimps. Not playing like monkeys this game, though. They're playing very, very calm and collective last game. Maybe being a little too calm at some points, but this is definitely a comp that is not going to be calm. This is a comp that they have to go in. So I'm excited to see this change.
Yeah, and UMD with the exact same invade path that they went with game one, whereas the side of Kato switching it up a little bit.
Well, actually,
Batman and Ahri are not with the team right now.
Last time we saw Ram Ranch go topside, ward Mankato's blue, and then come back because they were the ones in the bush that saw Mankato coming in. They saw the Chimps coming in. So I think this is them saying if the Chimps go for the same play, we're just going to catch them out early.
Yeah, they did stop a little bit earlier on their path. Now, I just want them to keep going so bad.
All in level 1s. Clearly everybody's favorite thing to watch. We don't care about your Master 7 emote, Kyle. If you can't land a flash bubble in the next 5 seconds, it means nothing.
Yeah,
to me.
why are you in the game?
And Nerf Valley Please actually might be giving a little bit of a leash here for the jungler cripple. Interesting move.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe a little bit for him. No, he's just going to go pick up his minions. He needs those a little bit more. But no leash actually being given over to the Olaf. He's going to take that camp alone. And let's see what the Ezreal and the Karma want to do with this little bit of advantage. Do they want to push it in really hard? Do they want to kind of cheese it in the brush? It looks like they're just going to be going for the minions, try to get that level 2 quicker.
Yeah, the level 2 power spike on Karma is so strong. Already having her ultimate in her kit to begin with. And Nami just not being that strong level 2 as opposed to the Karma. It just clearly goes to the side of Mankato once they're able to get this. And it seems like they will, but Ram Ranch answering it pretty well in this lane clear. Kyle taking a lot of damage, though.
Wicklebear and Ransack Moose both landing a couple key Qs there, taking down Kyle fairly low there. Nice poke coming in from Kato early.
Yeah, and now let's look at where these junglers are going on the map. We see that under 50%, he's opting to clear a lot of his bot jungle, now going towards the top side, whereas Cripple got that nice leash on his red buff, takes the wolves, going to blue buff. So both of them have actually the exact same clear path right now, going from one buff to their wolves and then to the next buff.
Yeah, I wonder if this, because we saw a little bit more top lane priority in the previous game than we thought we were going to see. And it could be that they both want to try to finish their past top lane and try to find something there. So that could be where we're finding the action here early in this one.
And is this where we need the action, though? Last time it kind of made sense, get the Renekton ahead against the J4. But now you're against a Grog as somebody even tankier who has a lot of disengage. Can kind of survive this Renekton a little more. But if the Renekton does get that massive split push pressure that we just saw last game, Ram Ranch were struggling to answer it with the J4. Can they even answer it with the Gragas? He's already getting bullied out of lane.
Yeah, and the Zach was just spotted by a ward right now, so they know that he's kind of in this top river area.
Ooh,
looks like he wants to go in on it. Feels Batman.
There's the CC. Can they get the damage? They'll flash from the Renekton out, but he goes back in. Why did you do that? First blood going to Snowcane. Feels Batman. You have to think he knew he was going to die either way. He was just going for some kind of last-ditch effort.
And that was just as under 50% had finished his way, and he was just at the tower looking to help Feels Batman out. Cripple just making it up there a little bit earlier and successful first game.
And this time, things are going in the favor of Ram Ranch right away. Last time, it took a couple minutes before we saw any action as Cripple immediately goes back mid. Can they get flash away from Gigabyte? They might actually Ignite is up for Nerf Akali, please. Don't quite want to use it. There's the flash. Can he get the Ignite off? Taking some turret shots. You're going to go down. Gigabyte, Ignite. He's going to survive this. Yep.
That pot keeping him alive there, it seems, in Gigabyte. All playing Nerf Akali Please there. Nerf Akali Please flashing in, wanting to get that, and Gigabyte playing it very well.
He flash queued, and Gigabyte actually flashed forward. He flashed towards the Syndra, saying, I'll match you flash for flash, because your Q's going to miss, but mine won't point blank. And then both Ignites means that I will get the kill from that turret damage. So well played from Gigabyte.
Yeah, excellent. Nice trade of kills there, making it 1-1 in the scoreline, as well as giving Gigabyte a nice lead. Gonna even have a friendly back here as he pushes in the minions into Syndra's tower.
But now this top lane, really going well for Snowcane. He has the triple Torrens ring start, which is so strong, and the Grog is already getting damage on the Feels Batman, but taking some turret shots. You might lose this battle. Flash away. Wow, that almost went really poorly right as I was saying the lead. This is, why do I even say things?
That's exactly what I was just about to bring up. The league gods are not with you. Like,
always want to prove me wrong.
Bruce or butt kicks.
Story of my life. Feels bad, man. I know the top laner from Mankato understands my struggle. He is going to have to back again, though, comfortably ahead in CS, however.
Yeah, with a nice little 9 CS lead. Does not have teleport to get back to lane, but it does not look like, as long as he can complete this back quickly enough, he will lose too many minions under the tower. And both going for some starter items. Double D blade here for the Renekton to triple D ring for the Gragas.
And Snow King can't even push out the wave fast enough to make it worth it. Gigabyte getting aggressive onto Nerfakali, please. Under 50% is nearby, but can't get there fast enough. But honestly, Gigabyte almost just had that on his own. If he was able to get a little more damage with some extra mana, I think he would have had that.
Yeah, he missed the initial charm, I believe, there, which is probably the main reason he didn't quite have enough damage. Still a nice trade of damage onto the mid layer. Going to take a while for Nerfakali, please, to regen this health and life back up. Will be the disadvantage for a while here.
Ooh, under 50%, he backed on the bot side jungle of Ram Ranch and got a ward onto where Cripple is right now, so they see that Cripple is on his Krugs at the moment. With that information, what will under 50% do? Does he go and try to kind of counter jungle topside, or does he try to make his way bot, expecting that there's going to be a gank happening here and setting up the counter gank?
It looks like he does want to go for the more to the bottom side, picking up his own blue buff for himself. They're pinging out the Zag. He went back to get the remainder of the Krugs that he had left.
Ooh, Kakarino doesn't get snared by that Karma, but getting a little aggressive here. Now, Gigabyte getting his first blue buff of the game.
Yeah, nice little trade-off from the Olaf to the Ahri, getting Gigabyte even farther ahead than he is in this mid lane right now. Will have the push priority as under 50%, probably looking for a lane gank here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's not really going to be able to make it there, though. Unfortunately, the bush is warded, and lane is pushing in, so he should just go for a lane gank. There's a control ward in that bush. He can easily get around. There's no vision coming from the side of Ram Ranch, and they're honestly in a good position to be ganked at the moment. They're not level 6 yet, so Nami does not have Tidal Wave. And there is the ward, but they can't spot him. Under 50% is coming bot side. He's not level 6 yet, though. He does have Ghost. Is he going to pop it? He's just going for the ward. Don't go for it. Go for Kakarino. Getting hit by the bubble. Questionable plays there from under 50%. You got to commit. Either you go forward or you take the ward and you back away. I think there's a lack of communication from the team there as Ransack Moose is trying to get damage on Kakarino, but they did get flashed. Meantime, mid lane, Nerfakali, please, taking a lot of damage, but Cripple coming to answer it, getting a second kill for Ram Ranch. This game's going way different than last.
Yeah, absolutely. Really proactive here from...
Ooh, bubble lands on a Wicklebear. Can they get the trap under him?
Oh!
They chain the CC. They chain the damage. They might actually get Ransack Moose as well. There's Ace in the hole. They get the double kill for Kakarino.
And Kakarino and Kyle playing this so well in the 2v2. Once again, a double kill, just 2v2 straight up, no additional pressure coming in. And Cripple playing just early game very, very well, very proactive on the map, much more active than under 50% has been, and with the level advantage on under 50% as well. So Cripple really outplaying the opposing jungler here early in this one.
And we've seen this before, that anytime Mankato are behind, feels Batman oftentimes will play more aggressive because he feels that he has to kind of facilitate that role for his team, saying, look, they're behind, I got to get ahead. But if Ram Ranch is able to understand that and capitalize on it, they might be able to play that to their advantage. Say, look, we feel that Feels Batman is going to get more aggressive now, try to get the 1v1 against Gragas. So Cripple, you go topside and just keep him safe, as he is topside now, but Snowcane will be taken aback.
Yeah, Snowcane, a decent little CS disadvantage that he has here, but Gragas is a champion. Even if you do fall behind, he does not want to give anything over to this Renekton and let Feels Batman do what he did last game. He wants to try to play this fairly safe. He will still be relevant as a Gragas. He will be tanky. He will still have good engage, being able to knock enemy members into his team with that explosive
initiation on a Kakarino potentially, but they're getting a lot of damage returned onto Wicklebear, but the minion wave is not in their favor. They're going to have to back off. Kakarino and Kyle taking the short end of that stick.
Yeah, Wicklebear with a nice little burst of damage there on a Kakarino, definitely winning that damage straight after they just were double killed by Kakarino just moments ago. So good show of confidence.
And now we see Gigabyte roaming to the bot side. It's going to be a 3-on-2, but under 50% is here as well. So they can go for this dive. Cripple. Wrong UMD jungler. Cripple is around as well as Nerfakali, please, so they can easily counter this. I don't think Mankato wants this fight. They're just going to back off.
Yeah, 4 members from both sides kind of hovering around the bottom lane there. really Cripple, the only one still really in the area that can look for
Gigabyte getting aggressive onto Nerf Akali. Please, can he get the burst? He might not have it flash from both members. Nerf Akali just barely surviving that ignite.
Yeah, and they do get the flash from Nerf Akali, please. They're so well-placed ultimate by Gigabyte. Certainly worth it there, but not quite able to get that last bit of damage that he needed in.
Yeah, and honestly, I was worried that Nerf Akali, please, would be able to get some of that return damage, just pop R and win the fight, you know, but didn't actually commit to it.
They're just Syndra things.
Yeah.
Just,
like, you land your full combo perfectly, you Spirit Rush in, get all the Foxfire damage, get the Charm, get the Q combo. I press R.
Yeah, the thing that just tilts me the most about Syndra is when she misses every ability and then just one arc. Like
Cripple and under 50% catching each other in the jungle. But under 50% is just going to use Ragnarok and jump away. Meanwhile, Feels Batman going to catch out Snowcane a little bit here. But this Gragas should be fairly safe, as he does have Explosive Cast and his Body Slam available. Opting to actually stay in lane, trading some damage back on a Feels Batman, going for some CS as well. And this Gragas just doesn't care.
No,
like, I don't mind you coming aggressive on me. I can get the damage on you, but actually maybe he can't, as Feels Batman going for the 1v1 Explosive Cast. Barely saving Snowcane's life. Got a little too confident there.
Yeah, that's certainly a one trade by Feels Batman there, getting the ultimate as well as the flash from the Gragas, but sort of a creative way to get out of that one, keeping his life. And now Feels Batman will get to have a lot of pressure on this top tower. Snowcane does have the teleport available to him if he wants to get back into that lane a little bit quicker.
And another blue buff going over to Gigabyte. He's not necessarily destroying lane. He's even in CS. 1 kill to Nerf Akali pleases, 1 assist. But with his blue buff, I expect him to be able to do a lot more this time. He's already showing how aggressive he does get and trying to go for those 1v1s. Once Ignite's up again, I expect to see that happen one more time.
Yeah, and Ransack moves, nothing.
Trying to get damage on, but there's the chain. There's the chain. CC, Wicklebear, you're going to be going down. Cuckarino getting the 3rd kill of the game. Nerf Akali, please, has 3 members around him. There's nothing Syndra can do. Press R. Do it. Nah, just going down. I wanted that to be a 1-for-1. As annoying as Syndra is. And a really good rotations there for Mankato.
Yeah, absolutely. Mankato picking off the Syndra in the middle lane right there. Playing this well from what just happened in the bottom lane. They are struggling a lot against
Ransack moves, doing a lot of damage. Ace in the hole is up. I'm going to channel it.
Yeah, Cuckarino on this Caitlyn has been an absolute nuisance here. Wicklebear falling quite a bit behind, 3 kills as well as a decent amount of farm on the Caitlyn, from the Caitlyn here, as the Ezreal. And Ezreal taking longer to scale, a little bit longer to be strong.
Going for that Trinity Force build as well. It takes so long for Trinity Force Echo to become relevant because, first of all, Trinity Force costs a lot of money. And second of all, you're stacking tier. So it's going to take a while for him to start doing as much damage as his Caitlyn that is so far ahead of him at the moment.
Yeah, you just early in the game don't really buy that much combat stats as Ezreal. The Phage only providing something like 15 attack damage. Tier providing nothing but mana. You have the D-Blade and the Sheen. But yeah, once Wicklebear does get 2 items on lane, he will be quite strong. But until then, he does not have all that much combat stats.
Yeah, and when you're also playing with a Karma support that's behind, she just can't shield that much. She's not going to have redemption for a while to keep Wicklebear alive, keep those shields coming in, get that healing. So this bot lane, I mean, we talked about it game 1, and we didn't see it game 1, but maybe this time we're seeing it. If bot lane wins, does that mean that the team will win? Because it's 5-2, but Ram Ranch are only 500 gold ahead. No turrets have fallen at 15 minutes.
Yeah, 0 turrets taken here, and I'm curious to see where that first push will be. Will it just be a gradual win from a lane, or will it be this TP collapse from a team? And a lot of what we've seen in these playoff games so far, it seems like first turret is quite valuable in the sense that it frees up members to go to other lanes and help push get more towers.
Cripple is nearby. Dragon, Nerf Akali, please come in that direction as well. But Snowcane, letting Feels Batman just get free damage on this top turret. 50 farm ahead now. Feels Batman, he's kind of having his way with his top lane yet again. Now being 400 gold ahead. But there's the all-in again from Gigabyte. I knew it was coming as soon as that Ignite is up. feeling so confident in that 1v1. Under 50% is coming to this bot side. Cripple going in. There's the tidal wave. They get the knockups. Cucurino does get up 1 kill, but Kyle's got to be going down. There's a teleport from Feels Batman. There's the damage. Cucurino goes down as well. Cripple, can you even get out? You jump away, but the charm does not land. It's a minion. That minion's in love with Ari, but that's not who she wanted.
And is Kato going to be the ones that pick up this first tower in the bottom lane? They have 4 members here. Zach looks like he's just going to give that up, cannot put pressure on them to take that. And this looks like first dirt for Kato. And hopefully Snowcane may be able to answer top side.
I'm so curious what happened to Snowcane's teleport. I didn't see it come in. It was channeled, though. And he was walking towards the top side. So what happened to his teleport? Why didn't he complete it or fully commit? Because him coming in with explosive cast might have been able to save Cucurino's life, which could have saved that turret. Because this bot lane was on the verge of taking that first turret blood. So well played, though, from Mankato, understanding that they needed to win that bot lane.
Yeah, and that feels pretty bad for Cucurino and Kyle. They played that early game so well. They're pretty far ahead of the opposing dual lane, and they just get collapsed on really hard, and there goes your tower. No longer have that, first tower prize that they were pushing for so long. Ocean Drake goes down.
And also lose their kill lead. Now they're only 1 kill ahead, and they're 1,000 gold behind. So Mankato, I mean, Ram Ranch, you had your chance of showing, yep, this is what our comp is going to do this time. This is how we're going to win this time. But they're not actually following through necessarily where they need to.
Yeah, absolutely. As these Snowcane trying to stay as even as he can with Feels Batman. Feels Batman, and never the one to shy away from the fight, as we've seen in these couple games.
He's definitely not afraid.
No.
At any point in the game, he wants to go all in.
Yep.
That's one thing we know about Feels Batman.
Ordinarily aggressive on this.
But now Kyle is on this top side as well, just keeping Snowcane healthy. Has Tidal Wave available, but no exhaust. So honestly, not going to do that much to help this fight other than just healing Snowcane up. And that's all she needs to do, really. But is this actually where she needs to be on the map? Is Snowcane still taking damage? Come on, Feels Batman. Just stop. Just for 1 second in your entire life, don't go in. But maybe he's not going to listen. Has to back off because of Kyle. If Kyle hadn't been there, I fully expect Feels Batman would have gone for that. But Cripple now on that top side. Is he going to commit? He does. Jumps in. Tidal Wave is coming as well, but it's not going to hit him. That's an ultimate burned, and nothing picked up for it. So Ram Ranch, they're trying to make these plays happen, but it's just not paying out for them.
And they have so many members on the top.
Ooh, there's Gigabyte onto Cucurino doing so much damage. And Cucurino can't be that far up when you have a completely dark jungle. He had no idea where Gavin was, or Gigabyte rather, so he had no business being that far up. I keep getting these players confused. These playoffs have been doing crazy things with my brain right now. Can Snowcane finally get this 1v1? It's not even going to be, as under 50% is joining the party on the top side. Can Cripple add in to the mess? Nerf Collie, please! Ooh. Flash! Ignite! Ultimate. That's a dead karma on the enemy team. Really well played there. But this bot turret's going down.
And Nerf Collie, please, finally finding a good spot to press that R button and delete an enemy champion. Really well played by Nerf Collie, please, to pick up that kill. But the bottom tier 2 does go down, so still an overall win for Kato there.
Ooh, Cripple jumping in out of fields. Batman, Snowcane has explosive cast. Where's he going to throw it? Not that way. You just knocked him further away from the Zach. Chilling Smite comes in, so they might actually be able to get it. The flash body slam secures the kill. Yeah. And that, I mean, it was good that they got it, but that explosive cast just felt bad. Under 50% ghosts in onto Nerf Collie, please. Has not popped to Ragnarok. Might not need to. Doesn't. Gets a kill anyway. Able to run safely back to his team.
Kyle gonna be here to...
Ooh, Charm lands on the Kyle. Exhaust on the Gigabyte. Cripple can't keep him alive. And Mankato just winning pick after pick. Under 50%. There's a Ragnarok, but you already took so much damage. You can't do anything as Ransack Moose picks up 1 kill, but it's traded right back from Cripple. All this Zach can do is try to defend this turret, and there's just no way. But Snowcane is coming in. Maybe they can make something work here.
Yeah. Oh my
jumping into
goodness, that was
Wicklebeard.
aggressive.
I don't think that's a good call.
That was...
Ooh, ultimate doesn't land. Nope.
Okay, he's able to get away there. Able to get away there. That was an incredibly aggressive jump coming in from the Zach. But Wicklebear and Ransack Moose now maybe going to continue to push this tower, and they're just giving it up.
And because of Cripple jumping in like that, it meant that he was so low on health that he and Snowcane had to back. And that's another turret going to Mankato. Now a turret ahead 1,500 gold ahead, and they have this dragon. So things already looking great for Mankato once again.
Yeah, and that was, real quick side note, that was the first time I've ever seen that Ezreal back animation, and that was sick, actually.
Really?
That was so cool. I've never seen that.
Ever. Yeah,
I've never seen that back animation.
It's like
on
Cloud
Ezreal.
from Final Fantasy.
That was awesome.
For any Final Fantasy fans out there. I feel like we're always getting on a topic other than League of Legends. So let's keep it professional tonight, Sam.
Hey,
Come on, why even bring that up right now?
that was you that brought up Cloud from... Don't give me that.
As now we're seeing Ram Ranch looking to siege this mid turret. Caitlyn throwing down those traps, doing her best to zone off Mankato. But in the meantime, they're also being able to push out this bot and top wave. So I actually like this play here. Cripple, I don't want you to take it. Just let your team get the turret. Yep, just using it as a zoning tool. They don't get the turret, though. So close.
On this next minion wave push, they should be able to get the tower unless Kato goes in really ham and tries to start an engage here.
Feels bad, maybe.
Just to see how they would like to defend this. Do they want to give it up, or do they want to try to really go for it?
Feels Batman's pushing bot side, has teleport available, though, so he can join the fight if he needs to. I just don't see him joining in time. They're just trying to push out these waves, trying to stop this turret from going down, but it's going to go down, and it does. Now, do Ram Ranch commit to an all-in, or do they answer the split push from Feels Batman?
Looks like they're kind of going to let this fizzle out here. There is a Drake.
Ooh, Charm lands under Nerfgali, please. There's the damage coming in. Can they answer it? Karma landing the Qs, and the ultimate from Olaf. It's answered with the ultimate from the Cinder. That's what we're talking about. If you jump in on her, you're going to die anyway, because all she has to do is ult another member of your team. Cripple getting CC'd. Feels Batman jumping on the Kakarino. Can he get the kill? He doesn't. It's answered from Ram Ranch. Now, Wicklebear's in a really tough position. He's got to get out. Flash bubble lands on a Ransack Moose, answered immediately by Cripple and Snowcane. Karma goes down. That's a 3-for-0 going towards the favor of Ram Ranch. This is what they needed to happen right now.
Yeah, excellently played from Ram Ranch there. 3 kills to 0. They're going to be able to push in this mid tower as well. Maybe pick up this tier 2 if they would like, as the minion wave is coming into them. Maybe even get Wicklebears playing pretty far forward.
And this has got to be a second turret. It took them so long to get that first one. But this next one's going to be going down pretty quickly, as there's not many members from Mankato to answer it. Question being, what are they going to do next? Ram Ranch, you found your way back into the game. You were 1,000 behind. Now you're 600 ahead, 500 ahead. You got to push out these side lanes. You got to prioritize this dragon. Get some vision around it now. As you're retreating, drop vision around the objectives, because otherwise Mankato's just going to get one.
Yeah, both of these teams have seen... there haven't been many Inferno or Mountain Drakes in this series, but both of them seem pretty... don't really seem to care about the Dragons as much. Not as much priority on that objective in this series so far.
If I'm Mankato, you go for Dragon right now. Your bot lane is pushed incredibly far, but they actually might try to pressure this Baron. They know that there will be need... or that Ram Ranch will want to answer this bot. Instead, they're pushing out mid. Go for Drag right now. Under 50%, just run to the Dragon.
Yeah, Snowcane is going to be the one that's going to go push up that bot lane. He does have the teleport available, though, so he can join a fight if one does break out. Ari pushing in the top lane, and these waves are really not in a good position right now for Ram Ranch.
Yeah, they won that mid lane. They got the turret, but it's hard to turn it into a pure win for yourselves, because even though Mankato lost that team fight and lost the turret, they were able to play correctly after that, except, again, I'm just going to say it one more time, they should have gone for Dragon. I fully believe that would have just been a free Drake for them. They didn't need to have Ezreal and Karma back at that moment. They could have just rotated, picked it up for free, and then backed. But either way, they still have priority around it. They still could go for it at any time that they want. As Ram Ranch seem to be kind of confused. They don't know where the members of Mankato are right now.
Yeah, both these teams just seem to be kind of clearing out some vision of the high-pressure areas of this Drake, up this Baron area.
Wicklebear going for Dragon alone, but this means that there's not a lot of help for under 50%. He is Olaf. He might be able to Ragnarok away, and this Dragon is going to be going down right here. They could have taken it earlier, but at least they get it.
Yeah, Wicklebear just soloing out that whole thing. And
Ooh, ulting onto the wave. In the meantime, Ram Ranch pushing in on this mid turret. There's the teleport. They're going for a really cheesy play here. They're just sneaking this turret, but it might turn around
yeah,
horribly.
this is going to be a fight.
If they lose this team fight, they might lose the game. Charm does not land from Gigabyte. Initiation for both sides. Nerfcalli, please, can you get out the ultimate? At least you do. Ransack Moose does survive, though. Redemption's going to heal her up. Cripple's on a killing spree. That's 2 members down for Ram Ranch, now under 50%. is so tanky, but Feels Batman, which is the front line, has finally gone down. Can Cripple get out? He does, but the passive goes out, and the Ram Ranch cannot keep him alive.
Ooh.
Flash charm from Gigabyte means Snow Cane goes down as well. Cripple might answer it with a kill onto the support. Can he get her? No! Shut down for Wicklebear with the double kill, and only Kyle walks away with his life. But they got the turret, so maybe.
Yeah, and Ram Ranch trying to go for something pretty cheesy there as they take the Dragon. They're pushing in that mid tower with no one there. They don't quite get on the inhib. They do get the tower.
And I love this call from
Kato
Kato.
answers with 4 kills for 1, and now they're going to go straight to the Baron, and this should be free.
There's no teleport from Snow Cane. Cripple's gone for another 14 seconds. It's just Kyle in any position. What's Nami going to do? No tidal wave, no flash. She's going to have to get close to even contest this, and that's not even a contest. That's a free Baron going over to Mankato.
Yeah, nicely played by Kato there. They collapsed that so well. They finally find a spot where Ram Ranch is really caught out. They could just pincer them in that area, and it was an easy fight for them to win. They capitalize on the fight and go to the Baron area, secure it immediately, and now have a nice little advantage in this game.
The issue when you're the team that's trying to go for that flanking position is you have 2 members and then 3 members trying to flank all 5 members of the enemy team. If Ram Ranch had left the inhibitor as soon as they got the turret and just ran straight down lane, I think they would have been safe. I think that there's nothing that a Karma and Renekton could have done to stop them in that situation. If anything, they could have stalled them a little longer. Snow Cane just throws out explosive cast to knock away the other 3 members of Mankato, so that they can't join in, and it's a 5v2. You're going to win that every time. So I think Ram Ranch, they just played that a little wrong.
Yeah, it is a delicate balance.
Ooh, Charm lands onto Nerfakali, please! And the team follows up with an instant deletion. Not even close, not even enough time to react. As Kakarino getting initiated on by under 50%, he's going to be going down. Redemption does not save him, but redemption from both members means that Mankato, they can keep fighting, they can keep going, they can win the game right here maybe, as they're really pushing under a turret. Snow King takes out under 50%, and Batman, you're on the wrong side of that turret, my friend, but he's just buying time. He doesn't even need to get out. He just needs to distract Cripple, distract Snow Cane, so that this mid turret's going to fall, because that's what the rest of Mankato are doing. They're going to get the inhib also.
Yeah, Kato using this Baron buff really wisely. Gigabyte with a nice charm on a Nerf Kali, please absolutely blow her up. They win the ensuing fight with the Cinder not there, pick up the tower and the inhib with Baron minions pushing in, and now they got Feels Batman pushing in the bottom lane as the rest of the members back try to get a little bit stronger here and then continue their Baron push after that.
And this is what Ari can do. If she lands a charm onto any member that's squishy enough to delete, that's the team fight one right there. If you're Ram Ranch, you have to just immediately run away as fast as you can. Give up that turret, because there's no way you're contesting that with Feels Batman tanking up those turret shots. And, I mean, it's hard, though, because they didn't even have time to react. Immediately once Nerfakali Please died, Mankato just dove under turret beautifully.
Yeah, they're using the Baron buff to a T, exactly what they want to do. They get a lot for it, and the Inhibitor, nice little team fight win, now securing themselves a 5k gold lead here, coming up on the 30-minute mark. So Kato in a good position to win this game. Last game we saw them kind of feel like they were floundering with a lead, didn't really know what they were doing. Let's see if they can shore that up a little bit here in this game 2 of the series.
This game has just been just tug of rope. It's like, now we're ahead, now you're ahead, now we're ahead, now you're ahead, now Feels Batman's fed, and now we're ahead again. 263 farm to 189 from Gragas, but Snow Cane having a lot more kill participation. Well, okay, I guess not a lot more, just better KDA, not dying as much as Feels.
Yeah, this I'm pretty certain is really the first larger lead that the first real time we've seen a team actually pull ahead in this game. It has been a lot of tug of war. I'm a little bit ahead here, you're a little bit ahead here. Kato, the first one to secure a little bit more than a small gold lead.
It's more than 1,000, basically.
Yeah.
5,000 is pretty substantial.
Yeah, that is a decent gold lead, especially at the 30-minute mark. They are significantly stronger right now, and Baron buff has ran out, so they do not have the push power of those minions anymore.
But again, looking at who has the gold advantage, it's mostly Feels Batman and it's mostly Gigabyte. That's who they want. I mean, Ezreal, he doesn't need to be ahead because he's going to be doing damage no matter what. But if your Ahri and your Renekton are ahead of their lane opponents, you can just body the enemy team. And that's exactly what we're seeing happen. Snowcane, you're finally getting the idea. Take out the wave.
Yeah.
Now it feels bad, man.
Yeah, it feels bad, man. Just I hit the tower, you hit the minions. It's a little mutual agreement there.
Just no auto attacks traded between each other, and we will be fine. And,
push this wave as fast as I can, get a few more hits on the tower.
but this is exactly what Feels Bad Man does every time. As soon as Snowcane leaves his turret, just goes all in, just pushes him back.
And look, Feels Batman again on this Renekton, level 17 at 31 minutes, 2 levels up on Snowcane. He's so much stronger.
Last time he got level 18, I believe at 33 minutes, and I think he's on track to do the exact same thing again. And this is just ridiculous to deal with this split pushing Renekton. They banned out the Kled instead of it, but this is, I think, proof that Renekton was the bigger threat. Snowcane can't deal with them. There's a Ragnarok onto Kukurina. You're getting deleted because Gigabyte's on the backline. Kyle getting hit by the charm. And Cripple, you can't help him. You just weren't there fast enough. And unfortunately, a beautiful flank from Gigabyte ensures that Kukurina dies, ensures that Kyle dies, and ensures that Mankato are absolutely going to get another turret, if not 2, if not all inhibs as well. And this game completely in the last 5 minutes has turned in Mankato's favor.
Yeah, what was an even game just a few minutes ago. Kato now with a commanding gold lead, about to pick up all 3 inhibitors. I believe many super minions are going to start piling into Ram Ranch's base, and this could be just the final push right here.
This might be. Super minions are on the Nexus turrets with substantial waves from top and bottom, but there's a lot of wave clear coming from the Syndra, and Caitlyn will be up soon, so I understand the call. And this is the thing, is when you're a team, if you're backing off from the enemy Nexus, clear up their jungle, go for their red buff, go for their Krugs, as they are doing now. Okay, they're picking up the objectives. That's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of teams make, is once they push into the enemy team and get a Nexus, or not the Nexus, get the inhib, they kind of give up there and they stop. Don't stop. At least clear out their jungle, because then they can't do anything once they come back in.
Yeah, and there's just nothing that Ram Ranch is going to be able to do in this time with all these super minions pushing in at every lane. All they're going to be able to do is try to manage the waves as best as they can. And now they have an even stronger Kato coming at them, picking up this Ocean Drake here. A little bit more sustained for them. That's 2 now.
And we haven't seen a single offensive Drake yet throughout this entire series. I think this is, what, 2 Cloud Drakes and 3 Ocean?
Yeah, lots
like
of
that.
Yeah, something like, we certainly haven't seen a Rock or a Infernal yet.
Yeah, it's less hype, but still important for the teams to play.
Yeah, I totally agree that obviously all the Drakes do have different amounts of priority set upon them.
Something to note, Feels Batman is not level 18, and we're past the 33-minute mark. So come on! What are you doing, man?
Yeah, not as good as last year. He's not quite as far ahead, but still almost 100 farm.
But this is pretty
above Snowcane.
This is pretty much the end of the game. I mean, yes, they have 1 inhibitor up, but they have no chance of contesting this Baron. They have supers pushing top, supers pushing bot into their own base. They have to stay back and answer this, but they also have to contest this Baron somehow. Maybe Cripple can go for a miracle smite steal, but other than that, I just don't see Ram Ranch coming back from this.
Yeah, the chances that this Baron counterplay from Ram Ranch works at all is extremely low, but if they just give over the Baron to Kato, it's probably game over anyway. So, yeah, I think your best shot is trying to get in for a smite steal on the Zac. Probably just send Cripple and maybe just let the rest of the people clear. It's a difficult call.
The issue is it's not exactly a 50-50 because Cripple's a level behind under 50%, but they are looking for the team fight. Cripple pops his ultimate, getting onto a couple members, but getting rooted into place. Teleport coming from Snowcane, but they can't get to Cripple fast enough. He's taking so much damage. Ultimate onto Ezreal. He's down! The 80 carry from the side of Mankato has left the fight, meaning that Gigabyte is most of the damage. Can he actually get in there under 50% onto the backline, trying to get onto Careful, trying to get onto Caitlyn? The tanks left Caitlyn. She has no one to peel for her. She's just trying to stay alive as long as she can. Can she dodge the X's? She can't. And in the meantime, Feels Batman hammering away at the Nexus turrets. Snowcane, you're the last member up. You can't die. Actually, Cripple had his passive, so he is up as well. Has back to try to defend from Feels Batman, but there's nothing he can do. Feels Batman just has to auto-attack the Nexus.
Yeah, literally, Cripple could just attack him this entire time while Batman's autoing this Nexus, and there's probably nothing he can do about it.
Ransack Moose has joined in as well. Flash away from Cripple. Nexus will be falling. Kyle with the 6 tiers echoing. what his team is feeling right now. Feels bad for Ram Ranch, but congratulations, Mankato, with the sweep in the last semifinals match. They're going to the finals. They're playing Ganked by Gophers again.
Yeah, your second finals contender will beat Mankato after this impressive 2-game series. Both games were had a little bit of back and forth, but Cato finding a way to come ahead on top of both of these, and you will see them in the finals against Ganked by Gophers.
And this is a little silly. What happened this game, because again, looking at these stats, we see that Ram Ranch Cucurino actually had the highest damage in the game. Caitlyn, the composition kind of worked in the protect the Caitlyn comp, but unfortunately they just couldn't protect Caitlyn from the Olaf, from the Ari, from the Renekton as well. And the members on Ram Ranch that did the best, being Snowcan and Cripple, having incredible stat lines, but they were the tanks. They're not the ones that you need to get ahead. You want to funnel that gold into the Syndra and into the Caitlyn, but unfortunately, Syndra just got caught out so many times. So, Sam, real quick, let's talk about who we think deserves player of the game, and then we'll get our analysts back in for the post-game analysis.
Okay, I think the player of the game for this one should go to Gigabyte, landing an immense amount of charms that he almost seemed like he was the fight starter for Cato in a lot of those fights. And once he landing so many key charms on just squishy members of UMD and just picking them off right away, enabling them to win a lot of these team fights just right off the bat.
I absolutely agree. I'm going to give it to Gigabyte as well. I think this is a situation where, yes, a lot of players played well, but I think it's hard to make an argument for any other member from the side of Mankato to deserve player of the game in terms of being more impactful than Gigabyte. I think a lot of it was Nerfakali Please getting caught out, but it was also Gigabyte understanding how to capitalize on it and how to get his team to kind of hop in there with him and just delete that member so many times. But now we do have Mitch and Gavin in this discussion with us. Gentlemen, how was that game from a viewer perspective?
It was a fun game to watch. It was back and forth constantly. I mean, Cucurino pumping out the damage, but I think that Ari definitely is the MVP of that game.
All right, Gavin?
I thought that was definitely an exciting game. I got especially hyped when I saw Cucurino on that double kill in the bot lane with Kyle. That was extremely impressive on the side of UMD Ram Ranch, but the Renekton and the Ari just powered through them. They couldn't stop him in that game.
And this is the exact same thing that we saw in the game one as well. Cucurino and Kyle were able to get a similar double kill on the bot side, but they just couldn't translate it into anything more after that because immediately they give up first turret after making that great play. And, I mean, you have to understand that if you get something like that, you got to prioritize off of it or at least protect that lane because they got a big red target on them now. Going forward, I mean, now we know who the finals are. It's Ganked by Gophers against Mankato. Last time they played, it was a best of one. Mankato lost to Ganked by Gophers. This time it's a best of 5. That's a lot more games, and it's also 5 bans, so that's going to be a very different series. But this means that you are playing against Ram Ranch now. You're playing against your own team, your own school at least.
Go UMD.
Oh, yeah.
You're guaranteed
UMD.
third place. Just your school is guaranteed third place. That's not bad.
Third and fourth. I mean,
True. You're getting some kind of prize no matter what happens. But talking about that, what do you think's going forward in your minds right now, preparing as players, watching Cucurino play very well on this Caitlyn, watching the Gragas top lane? You kept saying you wanted the Rengar top lane coming out. What do you think your strategy is going to be to play against your own rival team or your own rival school team?
give too much away, but I mean, I feel like Gavin's
Give me all the secrets.
I feel like Gavin's feeling pretty confident right now.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Bold
For
words. All right, Gavin, give me some of that toxic flame that you're known for.
All
What's
right.
going to happen with this next match for the third place?
Let me just lay it down for you.
I'm ready for Gavin to
Ready
lay it
for
down
the
first.
prophet.
Let me-
to give me his
Let me
prediction.
just tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to get a pentakill this game on Ezreal. It's going to be the easiest game of my life, and Ram Ranch are going to just be sent straight to the dumpster.
Gavin gets a pentakill, I can get to Challenger. That's all I'm saying. I have no faith.
See, it's okay for this to happen because this is two teams from the same school talking. So that's why I'm okay with it. It's clear
Yeah.
bias. Clear bias.
Yeah.
but-
So, Is this more of like you want to pummel these guys to the ground, or it's like we're friends here? It doesn't really matter. This will be a fun game, or is it just all about the bragging rights?
It's gonna be a fun series to watch. There's gonna be some fireworks.
I'm excited for that. Post-game analysis. What did Ram Ranch do wrong? What did Mankato do well? What was your opinion over how the teams played around each other?
I think UMD played really well early, and I don't know if they just transitioned their lead enough. And Mankato didn't really like back down, like especially in the top lane. Even though he was down a kill, he was up 50 CS. He's never afraid to fight. So feels bad, man. Props to you for not wussing out.
All right, Gavin, what about you? What are your opinions on what Mankato was able to do to continually get ahead and win that?
I think it's just the Renekton constantly bullying that top lane and transitioning that into power over the rest of the map. I think he just like took control of the game. He took matters into his own hands and just steamrolled the UMD Ram Ranch with the power of the Renekton.
Very true. Very true. Thank you for your deep insight, Gavin. Always appreciate it. Mitch as well. This has been a great night of production coming here from us from MNLCS. Thank you, everybody, for watching. You've been great viewers, very active in the Twitch stream. That's what I love to see. Thanks to the streamer, Mike. You always do a great job every week, every day as well. Thanks to the players putting on this great performance for us, letting us be so entertained on this dull Wednesday night. Anything you want to say to the fans, Sam? And then I'll pass it over to Mitch and Gavin.
Excellent games here tonight. That was a very entertaining series. Neither game really too stompy. That was fun to cast, fun to watch. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And come join us for the finals, Gank by Gophers versus the Mavericks.
And, again,
and the third and fourth place game.
They're not Mavericks anymore.
All right, the Chips. And the UMDs versus the UMDs.
Yeah. Man. And we will update our Google Doc on that, the calendar, and we'll also post on Facebook, on Discord, when the time changes will be happening for those games. They haven't been confirmed yet because, again, we didn't know what teams are playing against each other yet. But now we do, so as soon as we find that information, we will let you know. Mitch, any final words you want to give to the fans?
Thanks for watching the stream. Come back for the third place in finals, and it'll be pretty exciting.
And anything from you, Gavin?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Do you want to ask
for watching this?
What you need to say first? I'm sorry.
this stream
created his own meme.
Oh my god, the viewers just made the stream absolutely fantastic. I couldn't ask for a greater viewing audience on this once-in-a-lifetime battle between two powerhouses, UMD Ram Ranch, Mankato Mavericks, going head-to-head in the best of three. Absolutely fantastic gameplay. Well played, GG, no read.
All right. Well, I feel like we got to have Gavin on every night now. I think he's officially, in this one stream, become a staple of the show. I just don't know how we can top this. I can't imagine being any more entertained.
Just too much energy.
Than just this. And coming from me, Steve Sir Buttkick Kangas. Thank you again for watching. Thanks to Invade Gaming for sponsoring us. Go check out their website for all your gaming apparel. Stick around for the third place match as well as the finals, and we will see you next time. Charm coming in, but under 50%. Sonic Wave lands. Can he get the kick? Oh, kicks him the wrong way. The tidal wave coming in a little bit late. Doesn't land onto anybody but Cuckarino on the wrong side of his team. He's going to be going down. Snowcane, you can't initiate here because there's no one to follow up. Kyle going down. Triple going down. It's the triple for Gigabyte. Can they get anything more? He goes down. Snow can still push for Field Batman.
Yeah.
There's Jungle Waters onto Kyle. That's the second time we've seen this already. Gigabyte doesn't back up. He just goes further. And there's Azonius, the cripple, able to pick that one up. Ignite one more time. Pop goes the Weasel, under 50%. Can't 50%, but they are looking for the team fight. Cripple pops his ultimate, getting onto a couple members, but getting rooted into place. Teleport coming from Snowcane, but they can't get to Cripple fast enough. He's taking so much damage. Ultimate onto Ezreal, he's down! The 80 carry from the side of Mankato has left the fight, meaning that Gigabyte is most of the damage. Can he actually get in there on the 50% onto the backline, trying to get onto Cripple, trying to get onto Caitlyn. The tank
in the bait.
The tank's left Caitlyn. She has no one to peel for her. She's just trying to stay alive as long as she can. Get to dodge the X as she can. And in the meantime, feels Batman hammering away at the Nexus turret. Snowcane, you're the last member up. You can't die. Actually, Cripple had his passive, so he is up as well. Has back to try to defend from Feels Batman, but there's nothing he can do. Feels Batman just has to auto attack the Nexus.
Yeah, literally, Cripple could just attack him this entire time while Batman's autoing this Nexus. There's probably nothing he can do about it.
Ransag Moose has joined in as well. Flash away from Cripple. Nexus will be falling. Kyle with the 6 tiers echoing. Percent